Hello. Hopefully it should be good now. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. I think we're streaming. I think the internet is interneting. We love that. We love that. We love when it happens, you know? Hi everyone. How are we doing? How are we doing? Today I figured we'd do something a little different because we only have one episode of Batman left. So it was either this stream was gonna be short, or we could add something onto it. And since we weren't able to do Wildcard Wednesday and catch up with Baxter and Cove, I figured we could do both. We'll do Batman, and then we will do Cove. I did not go with wearing the Batgirl suit, though, because I figured... I don't know, being Batgirl and trying to go for Baxter and Cove, I feel like those are two very different vibes, you know? So, yeah, I'm so glad things look good. Hi, everyone. Hi, Jake. Hi, Quinn. Okay, that being said, I'm pretty sure my setup is still Bats in Our Life, really. I think my setup is still set up for Our Life, and we're starting out with Batman. So let me update that. AKA, let me just move my webcam around. Move me over here. And then transform me to flip. So there. And then game capture instead of Our Life, we will do Batman. And then it should come up any second. There we go. Hey! I'm gonna change the color of the lights in the back, but you can't really see. But I'll make it blue for Batman's gear. And then we'll change it to green again for like Cove and Baxter, I guess, or purple. I don't know. I don't know what Baxter's color would be, because he's always black and white, so Episode 5, here we go! Episode 5! Also, let me know how sound is, because OBS updated. So, yeah. If I'm a little quiet, let me know.
Bruce, how are you? My very best buddy, my old pal.
Hi there, Brucey.
Awesome, thanks, Quinn.
I don't know, 3 weeks. Let's see. Last time I laid eyes on you must have been... Oh, yeah. You didn't believe me when I told you I killed those agents in self-defense.
I mean, to be fair...
It really cleared something up for me. Because friends trust each other.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
I guess we know what you aren't. Harley and
They
I have the virus, and if we're anything, we're sharers. It's just too fun to keep to ourselves. So picture how it hit you when you lost those few dozen people on the bridge. Now think about all of Gotham. Maybe then you'll know what it feels like when a friendship dies.
Huh?
Oh, he dead. He dead. And sick. Oh, no. They have the virus and everything.
Batman! Over here!
What happened?
Yeah.
You need to see it. He's down that way. We're trying to help him, but...
He's sick. He's sick.
Blood. Fresh.
Okay.
That's familiar.
Get well soon.
Bullock.
We managed to save him from bleeding out.
The clouds.
We think it's some kind of booby trap. Until we get someone here with an X-ray, we can't risk moving him.
Let me see what I can find.
Oh dear. Also,
What's
Batman's
happened
gear
in
is
Gotham
purple.
lately? I'm not taking any chances.
So, I know this is not good. I'm trying to see. There we go. That's purple. Oh God.
Something's buried beneath the skin. Dilated pupils. Signs of head trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I
Can
guess
you tell me what
so.
happened?
I don't know.
You don't
My
know?
stomach, it hurts like hell.
Yeah, no shit. You got things carved into it and stapled. Oh God.
Shrapnel. It's an old wound.
Took down the Hulk with a kick to the stomach and some knockout gas. I did not know that, Nightwing0123. Welcome back. Also, it's nice to see you.
Some kind of device. Pacemaker.
Okay. They surgically inserted something in there? Oh no.
Get these people back. It could be a bomb.
We need to clear the area! Back up!
There's...
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
God. Oh God, no.
I am so sorry.
Ah!
I am so sorry, buddy. Trust me, though. You don't want this in you. Hi! Why are we doing this? This is one way to start.
It's safe to cut him
Yes,
down.
go. Go do your commentaries.
We're past the sick punchline.
Look all you want. Yeah, it's very gruesome. It's very gruesome, Nightwing. It's insane. Yeah,
Guess
that's-
this is the world we live in.
that's
now.
wild.
Turns your stomach.
Jim,
It's good
Oh,
to
great.
see you.
It has
Even though-
copyrighted music.
I
Fabulous.
can't
Love
remember
that.
the last time I was on this side of a police line.
Sorry, Jim, 1 second. Is there... Oh, no! No. Is there a way to make sure the music that they use is not... No. Okay. Okay. Nope. There isn't. But it's fine.
Waller canned me, in case you hadn't heard.
Cool. Thanks,
Right
Nightwing,
in
for the
front
heads
of
up.
that lowlife Wayne. Maybe I shouldn't have asked you to do my job for me.
No, Waller went too
she
far.
overstepped. You shouldn't have been fired.
You ain't kidding. She's bad for this city. A disease. And we're all infected.
I don't remember much
Vitals are dropping.
about what happened, but I
Easy
do
now.
remember that
Don't move.
I don't like Waller.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Now, this time off, it's given me some time to think.
Oh?
Back in the day, it was only the gangsters you had to worry about. Now, cops are cut open and filled with carnival toys.
Yeah. Not really
Makes you
great, is
wonder.
it?
How'd we get here? I look around, the streets are the same. The only real difference is Batman. You know, I hate saying it, but do you think that we only saw this kind of thing after you showed up? Yeah, you brought in a lot of good collars, so I hope it's not the case, but maybe
Oh, shit.
Batman's made Gotham more dangerous.
Gotham's in bad shape. You feel it on a day like today. I do all I can to keep these scum off the streets. But I can't do it alone. Help me fight back.
I'm not on the force anymore. Oh, hell. I can't keep my hands out of this.
Yeah!
I'll poke around. Let you know.
Fuck the
Hey,
rules.
I shouldn't have come down on you so hard about arresting Wayne. Maybe next time we go at it side by side, huh?
Yeah.
Batman, Bullock's asking for you.
Oh dear.
I tracked a stolen van full of clowns.
Okay.
So I followed to see what they were doing.
Okay. I
That was
gonna be
brave,
like,
Detective.
You
did
shouldn't
good
have went
work.
alone, but
Thanks.
he got really injured. He doesn't need to be scolded
Wish
right
I'd
now.
stayed home though. They picked up a drop.
Was John Doe with them?
They left a box.
There we go.
Goddamn freaks.
That, yeah. Is that the Batman you grew up with? Examine first before we open anything, okay? It might be explosive.
No sign of explosives.
Okay, well, I guess not
Should
then.
be safe to open.
Alright. And that's open sesame. 90s Batman was on them. I mean, from the little I've seen.
Automatic weapons. They're heavily armed.
Read.
Authorized by Wayne Enterprises. And signed for by Chairwoman Regina Zellerbach.
Oh!
Regina can't come to the phone right now. This is her assistant.
This is Bruce Wayne.
Oh, hello.
Tell Regina I need to speak to her. I'll be there shortly.
I'll let her know. Thank you.
Oh my god. From inside our own house. Damn. Okay. You can clip it if you want, and then I'll put it in as a short. I appreciate any and all clips you guys take.
Share prices have been holding steady despite the events of the last few days. But who knows how long that will last once word gets out. Our CEO brought known terrorists into the building. A security guard was injured.
Excuse me, what's going on here?
Not this again. Not another
Speak
fucking
of the devil.
ousting.
We were just talking
mission.
about you and your
Not another
prospective
coup.
clients, Bruce.
Behind my back, ma'am. Seems to be
I
your
know,
style,
Stash.
Regina.
He looks like he hasn't slept in a
Is he
week.
drunk?
You must have known this was coming. Your connection to these felons, it could ruin the company.
Oh dear God! No, don't
You
you
have
even.
left me with no choice.
Ah, that picture. It's not what it looks like. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you about it sooner, but I was helping the feds.
Do you have proof of this? If the guard takes us to court,
Of course. But there is something we have to talk about. I found
Yeah.
this. It appears to be signed by you.
what is this? Automatic weapons? Grenades? Bruce, truly, I never signed this. I've never even heard of this.
There we go.
What's going on?
Nah, we punch him. We go straight. I know that laugh.
Start talking!
A priest, a rabbi, and a CEO walk into a boardroom. Priest says, it's a trap. The rabbi says, Joker tricked us.
Call security.
The CEO doesn't say anything. Cause he's dead!
Did somebody call for backup?
We throw the chair. then we... Oh,
Eyes
God.
on me, Brucey. If you care one iota for these suits, you'll stand down. I mean it. Get those hands where I can see them. I'm not playing around. What did I say? Next one's in her noggin, Bruce. I swear to freaking God. Nice work, Kent. You're really moving up the career ladder.
Oh,
This woman needs help.
What do you want? Thank you oh so very much for asking, Regina. What do you think I want, sweet cheeks?
The serum is gone, Harley. It's over.
Ain't over till it's over. I was inspired to think outside the box. Ah, here comes my inspiration now.
I bring you Joker!
There he is. Our former bestie. Banged
This
myself into.
is now called to order.
Whew. Same stitch. Oh, sorry.
Regina, good to see you again. Bruce, buddy. Put her there. It's just a handshake.
Fine, shake his fucking hand. I had a feeling it was gonna be a buzzer.
You get it? Bruce, it's been
Oh,
too
yeah.
long. Just finishing up a grand
Well, I mean-
tour of this delightful city.
He also
Visited
looks
some of our
different.
old haunts
This
along
is the
way.
beginnings of it, so I don't
But this,
necessarily
Bruce,
mind.
This has gotta be my favorite.
Like, he's still trying to find the swing of
My
things, so.
pop always said I'd make it to the top one day. Dreams really do come true. Wayne Enterprises. I bet the benefits package is top notch.
John, stop this. It's not too late.
Joker now! You really think I'm going to listen to you? After what you did?
I didn't
Can you
even do
believe
anything
this
to you,
guy?
bro.
And now, for my first
I just said I
executive
didn't
order.
really believe you fully.
You remember that pesky virus, don't you, Bruce? We found a way to make more of it. A whole lot more.
Uh-oh. No, 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 no.
Wanna do the honest pudding?
Oh, honey, you know me so well.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. We gotta do... Shit.
I wanted us to be friends, Bruce, but you ruined it. And now we get to be enemies. Don't! You thought Riddler was bad? Penguin, Lady Arkham. None of them knew you like I do.
No.
I know just how to press those buttons. No.
See that little but very powerful bomb right there, Gotham? We got 100 more where that came from. Planted all around the city where you'll never find them. Except for the ones I'm setting off now.
No!
I sent your friendly neighborhood police force a list of demands. First and foremost, Batman's head on a pike in Gotham Square. He's the one who started
I love her.
You got 24 hours to make good. So chop chop.
She's something else, isn't she? All those demands. I've only got one. Stop me, Bruce. Be my best enemy. Be the man I need you to be.
Oh my
It doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to be enemies.
You think I'm an idiot, Bruce? You and I both know that's all that's left for us.
I don't know.
After what I've done.
I have a habit of
Oh, toughen up, little canary. Guess you fell off
testing
that ladder.
people.
Keep the masks on. No survivors. Too bad. You done catching up, Mr. J? Place is, starting to stink.
We're done. For now. We are going to have so much
Entertainment
fun.
guy Dev, hello.
Till next time, Brucey.
Hi Devin. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm just
Bruce! Bruce,
You know.
wake up!
in a mess, so
Thank God. Joker and Harley are gone. Cops are on their way.
we have to find a way to neutralize everything.
Let's just get to the lab. Tiffany, don't.
Yeah. And I haven't listened to the podcast episode that you sent me yet, but I will. I just have been, it's been a little crazy of a week. Holy crap. So many.
Bruce!
Harley knocked me pretty good.
Cool,
Just gotta get
okay.
to the elevator.
Awesome.
Oh my God. James from accounting?
Oh, don't tell me the names. Don't tell me the names.
Oh,
Thank
God.
you, Devin. Yeah, I figured if you trust him, he becomes a vigilante, I guess. But then is it Harley who... Oh god, I haven't been looking. Is it Harley that does all this then? In that case, or does this just never happen? Like, how wildly different is it, Nightwing? Can we wait for the fucking elevator? This never happens? Holy shit. So it's wildly different then.
Let me help.
Oh, I've got it.
Computer,
Oh
on.
my god.
All those bodies. I'll never get that image out of my head.
Yep.
Regina, she didn't deserve that.
I'm sorry, Tiffany. Sorry you had to see that.
I'll be all right. I have to be.
Oh, I'm curious now.
Oh, thank God. I saw the news. Tiffany, are you all right?
A little shaken, but yeah, I'll be okay.
Al, sit rep on the areas impacted by the bombs.
I'm on it. Joker and Harley are using the attacks to cover their escape. The authorities have no leads on where they've gone.
Harley said they planted bombs throughout the city. I got a piece of fabric off of John. Could give us an idea of where he's been. Let's see what we can learn from this thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Analysis, trace elements, anything recent.
It's chaos, Bruce. Bringing up drone coverage on the blast sites now.
Oh god.
The bombs have an explosive component in addition to the chemical payload.
disperses the virus across a larger area.
Oh, jeez.
They've closed off the docks.
It seems they had to. No one is sure how long the fallout will take to dissipate.
That cargo ship, was it...
Operational? Unfortunately, yes. Everyone aboard was dead within seconds.
Oh god, this is my fault, isn't it? Like, I just didn't... Like, how was I supposed to trust him? There were bullets in the backs of the officers. Like, they were obviously executed. Like, there was no way that it was self-defense.
Gotham Bridge, the primary route out of the city. People, they succumbed to the virus as they were driving.
Authorities have shut down the east side and peninsula bridges.
For now, there is no way out of Gotham by car.
Yeah, no, she's crazy because she has some biological illness. Well, no, not biological, but like she has a psychological illness that her dad had, and then she's afraid that it was passed down to her.
There were multiple explosions along Mercy Street Station, with Gotham General Hospital at the center. They're estimating the death toll at...
We have to stay calm, Al. Focus.
At this rate, it seems as if nothing can stop them.
Maybe. But Joker hasn't told Harley my identity. If he had, she would have taken my head off back there.
Perhaps their partnership isn't as stable as they'd like us to believe. He's keeping secrets from her. At least for a time.
Joker's toying with me, trying to get in my head. He said he wanted to be my best enemy.
No, he
Sounds
said
like he wants me all to
he
himself.
wanted us to be
Perhaps
his
we
best
can use
enemy.
that against them.
This is insane. We have to shut them down before they burn the city to the ground.
I agree, but the question is how to do that, Tiffany. It's not that easy as saying so.
Particles have been detected on the fabric. Traces of pollen, wax, and wine.
That doesn't give us much to
I
work
had
with.
wine earlier.
Well, you'd be
I don't have
surprised.
any anymore. Maybe
Joker
I'll get
said
some later.
he visited some of our old haunts.
It appears that he blames you for what he has become.
Well,
If he hopes
I'm
to
kind
defile
of blaming
the
myself
memories
right
of your
now for
time
what he has
together,
become.
It will be with more of these chemical bombs.
And you think you can cross-reference those places with...
With the elements found on the fabric, yes.
Huh. That's some hunch.
Sometimes a hunch is all a detective has.
Okay. I think this
John used
this
to
will
run
have the
therapy
wine.
circles at the stacked deck.
Perhaps this is where he met his followers.
Yeah. Oh, I just clicked.
There's plenty of wine here.
Yep. And then go back. I don't know what else would...
The cleaning polish on the rag contains some wax, but that seems like a stretch.
Yeah. Oh, it has
Nothing
to have
here I'm
all
looking
three.
for.
It had wine. Wine, wax, pollen. I feel like it would be the church.
Divinity Church. John managed
Yeah.
to track me here after he got out of Arkham.
Dad's funeral.
Okay, because this one will have wine.
Communion wine. Could be a match.
Yep. And then these would be wax.
Those candles look recently burned.
And then the pollen in the back.
The traces of pollen are coming from the flowers along the altar.
Haha.
Divinity.
That sick bastard.
Yeah, I know,
People
Tiffany.
are
I'm
afraid.
sorry.
They'll be looking for solace.
The church will be full. Harley and Joker knew this when they planted the bomb. Al, contact the agency. Tell them where I'm headed.
Right away. Stay alert. Gotham is in a state of panic.
Yes, it is. Gear up, and let's go.
How can you go out there again? After what just happened?
We have
I don't know how you do it. You saw those people get massacred. And that's just the start.
I'm doing this for the good of Gotham.
To stop things like this from happening again.
But they don't stop. They never do.
That doesn't mean we quit.
Then let me help you. Take my drone with you. It can help you find the bomb.
Awesome.
Thanks.
GCPD and the agency are slammed with everything that's happening. You'll be fighting on your own.
Because he's
I'm
Bruce
never
Wayne.
alone out there.
Yeah.
I've always had someone watching over me.
That's me! That's everybody, but you know. Me!
Police are looking for information on the whereabouts of Harleen Quinzel and a man calling himself Joker after a string of biochemical attacks across Gotham. Footage of the suspects was released from inside Wayne Enterprises just moments ago. Warning, what you are about to hear may be disturbing for some listeners. I sent you friendly neighborhood...
Waller.
Batman.
Thank God.
Yep.
I wanted to talk to you about Harley's demands. Portraits of her and Joker painted on City Hall. The brain of Riddler's killer. And my personal favorite. All agency operatives must leave Gotham within the next 24 hours. Except for Amanda Waller, who'll be shot out of a cannon at the stroke of midnight.
I can't disagree with that last one.
Better than anyone. What's your take on this?
Better find a
We
cannon!
need to figure out a plan before this gets any worse.
I'd say
Stall
that,
for
but you
time.
know.
Give in to some of their lighter demands.
Bruce wouldn't.
Keep them busy.
I consider that possibility myself. Not sure if it'll work, but right now we have to take what we can get.
Yes, we do.
I've got a lead on another bomb. They may have planted one in Divinity Church.
I'll do what I can, but I'm stretched thin. Those clowns hit one of my transports, and there's unrest forming across the city because of their demands. Asking for us by name. It's designed to turn the city against us. Bomb goes all out places worship.
Yep.
People might just throw us to the wolves to save themselves. I'm starting to wonder if there's a damn thing we can do about it.
This is bigger than us, Waller. It doesn't matter what the people of Gotham think. It's our responsibility to save them.
I'm not letting anything happen to this city, Batman. I fought too hard for too long to let a couple of clowns break me. I'm sending one of my agents to the church now. An EOD specialist will be close behind.
This might be
Seems to me like
one of
both
the
of us
only
can use
times I
someone we
like
can trust
Amanda.
right about now. Good luck, Batman. Waller out.
Our beloved Gotham is under siege. From all sides. It is here.
Everyone, out!
What the moon? Get out of my way!
Please, everyone, calm down.
I said out. That includes you.
That's one way to clear the place.
Augusta.
Batman. Waller sent me to assist.
Great.
New toy?
Something like that.
I've calibrated my drone to scan for traces of the virus. You can take the controls while I analyze the data.
Gas masks.
I'll make sure no one else tries to come inside.
Let's get started. Sinking now.
Not much trace. Unlikely the bomb is here.
Yeah, probably not.
How about the north pews?
No, nothing here.
I feel like it would be here because this is where we were sitting, right?
Traces are minimal, probably not
Oh.
here.
Alter. There we go.
Here.
Jackpot.
Carefully.
The bomb.
If this goes off, it'll kill everyone in a 5-block radius.
Then you'll
Find a way to disarm it.
If we could just see the internal components.
Here goes. Looks in sync with the timer. I can see wires.
Yes, we
Let's get a
can
better
see
look.
wires. You just want me
Harley
to.
said 24 hours.
You just
There are
want me to
no
open the
numbers on the
freaking mouth.
timer. Was she telling the truth?
Access wires. Oh my god, be so fucking careful, please. Be so fucking careful. Batman, come on. Batman, I'm doing the thing. Come on, up. Oh.
Damn it.
Oh god.
It's a trap.
We have to identify the wire for the timer. Cutting it should prevent the bomb from going off.
Okay.
Activating electromagnetic imaging.
Oh god. Okay.
A failsafe. If I cut this wire, it'll activate the bomb.
Okay.
Power's the teeth. Cutting this wire won't stop the bomb.
Okay, so the yellow one.
Found the timer.
That's the one.
Okay. Yellow line.
Rockbasser.
It's safe.
Oh my god, I'm so stressed, dude.
Hold on.
I'm
Getting
so
some strange
stressed.
readings off the bomb.
I'll do a more thorough analysis and let you know what I find.
I hope you're having a blast. I've certainly had a gas throwing this little joke together for you. Fingers crossed it doesn't bomb. That would really boom me out. Love, your best enemy.
What's that?
Oh my god.
Love your best enemy. This is all just a game to him.
Yep.
All of this suffering and death.
Oh, sorry.
Just for a laugh.
Got something. The paint on the bomb. It's made of a unique solvent mixture. I cross-referenced it with the chemical manufacturers in Gotham. Got a few hits.
Send the list to the agency.
Done. GCPD officers are being sent to scout the locations.
Nice work.
I'll keep looking, see what else I can find.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks. Bye. Oh my god.
We have a lead on potential locations.
Oh, good.
Iman.
Destroying Riddler's blood. It was a terrible mistake. It escalated the situation on the bridge with Harley. Everything spiraled out of control into this.
Yep.
And now we have Joker. I see how I helped to create this monster. Now that I've seen the destruction firsthand...
It wasn't just you. Waller, Harley, me. We all had our part to play.
A lot of people died today because of it. A lot more might die.
Ma'am, backup is here. We have EOD on standby. What are your orders?
I guess this is our opportunity to keep that from happening.
Yep.
Get EOD prepped for disposal.
Yep.
No one comes in here without my express consent. Batman. They say you should never meet your heroes. I'm pretty sure they're wrong.
She likes us! She likes us! Yay!
It's done, Waller.
So I heard. Good work. I've got Gordon on the other line. Says he has a lead, but he'll only talk
Oh,
to
what
you.
is it good? Say
I
it.
trust you'll handle and report back. Patching you through.
Jim.
Hey, Batman, I've got a lead on Joker, a solid one. I'm at Ace Chemicals. I need you to meet me. Damn it, Batman. I can't do it.
Can't do
You go to hell, you son of a bitch!
Oh no. Oh, Dad! Dad, no! Father! Oh, my headphones! I'm excited to see Cove 2. To some degree. I'm a little excited to see Baxter, honestly.
Gordon.
I want to see more about Baxter. He intrigues me. Cove's been friend-zoning us, so... Oh, you better still be motherfucking alive, Dad, or else I'm not gonna be alive.
Jim!
I knew they weren't gonna kill him, because why would you? But
Batman.
actually, no, I don't know if you're not gonna kill him, because so many people have died. Hey, me meters. What's up? Ah, here we go. Oh my god, they're having so much fun. It's so funny. Can we kill them? Alright, let's go. Nice, nice, nice. Down. Yeah. Get up. No, not you! Not you! Oh god. Q. Q. Oh, it's all Q. Okay. Oh, no, now it's E. Alright. Add back to Q.
Gordon!
Hey, 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 hey! Bruce! Bruce!
Wait! I can't give a gift to my new friend if you beat him to death! Don't worry, I've got something else planned for you.
Great. Love plans. Love surprises. Obviously. Oh, and there go the glasses. It's fine. Not on our list of priorities.
Go on. Don't be rude. The map I promised. All the bomb sites are marked with a smile. My gift for you, new best friend. Isn't that right, Gordy? No, that nickname doesn't work. Jimmy.
Huh.
Jimmy here led you right to...
Jimmy.
There was no way we could meet their demands. Joker offered me the bomb locations in exchange for you.
It's okay.
I couldn't go through with it.
Oh, don't beat yourself up, Jim. I've got people to do that for you. Besides, you were the perfect bait.
I'm sorry, Batman. I shouldn't have even considered making a deal.
I understand, Jim.
Take it and go.
You did what you had to.
Yeah.
Take the map and get out of here.
Okay, you Jimbo. Run along and save Gotham.
Do not shoot him. Do not motherfucking shoot him.
Jim!
I knew it. I frickin' knew it! What did I say?
I still have lots to do before my other half finds out I gave away the map. Dump him in his car.
He'll bleed out. You need to get him to a hospital.
What? Hospital? We blew it up, remember? You need to pay more attention. That look! Right there. That's what I wanted to see. You know, Dr. Leland used to say anger is often a response to feeling powerless. You think maybe that's why you're so mad? Because I'm on top? Because I have you completely in my power? Because the tables have turned?
This is low, even for you. You've hit rock bottom.
Oh, I'm sure there's still depths to plumb. Jimmy's just the first, you know.
God.
I have plans for all your friends.
I know I'm quiet. There's not much to add to the situation.
Worst. Like with Gordy, you two will spend the rest of your days knowing what you had is poisoned. Harley's gonna be upset, of course. She wanted the whole city to drink virus mimosas. Someone would have survived like Riddler, and she'd have gotten her serum. You think she'll forgive me when she finds out? About the map, I mean. But nothing less would get Chief of Mustache to flip. I just had to have your staunchest frenemy betray you.
The John I knew valued trust more than anything else. And
Yeah,
now you're betraying Harley's.
Look at where that got him, right?
What do you think that means, Dr. Leland? I gotta say, it makes me feel uncomfortable when you put it that way. Thing is, Harley's perfect the way she is. And if she does get sick, I'll be there to take care of her.
Oh?
John.
Oh, well, hasn't this just been illuminating? We laughed, we cried, it changed our lives. Just goes to show you can't trust
Laughed,
anyone.
cried, it changed our lives. Anyway.
But I know you'll keep my map secret. Because if you tell Harley, she'll just set the bombs off early, exploding Gordon's dreams of being a hero. And who wants that?
John.
It's Joker! Sit! Play dead!
I love her bob hairstyle too.
Good boy!
Yeah, I would say, yeah, it did get a laugh out of me, but you know, that's still not very good.
I know this seems like it's not the greatest situation. It's nothing personal, it's just Bruce, you know?
Oh, God.
But I tell you what, I'll let you get back at him. Get you into this.
Your other suit wasn't
Or I could just
appropriate
leave.
for dinner.
You
Wanted
could
to
let
keep
me
our little
go.
secret ours.
If you press that button, one right there, you'll have the chance to go free.
He went away.
In turn, trap Bruce forever. So, I'm giving you 3 whole seconds. 1, 2, 3! Congratulations! You did it!
Oh.
Selena.
Bruce, it's...
What a dramatic turn of events! Bruce witnessed your terrible, awful, just despicable betrayal.
It's okay.
I hope it hurts. Now, you kids,
Play nice. Unless you want to end up like the other losers.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't look good, but I wasn't just going to cut and run. I thought if I were free, I'd be able to do more to help. Or at least go find some backup to get you out of here.
I get it, you're fine.
That's the truth.
And also I feel like she has an electric collar.
You look a little dubious.
Of course I trust you.
Thanks. Quite a scenario we find ourselves in, huh?
Yeah? Yeah?
Are you just gonna sit in that cart, or are we getting out of here?
Just give me a second to get free.
Just tear it off.
Damn it.
Okay. Examine.
No way to pick the lock.
Alright, here we go. Dislocating thumbs. Okay, everyone ready? 1, 2. I'm not gonna actually do it. My doctors would get mad at me.
Oh, I hate having to do that.
It's okay, it's okay. I know it hurts so it's dislocated, and then you can pop it back in, and then it's fine. Up. Yep. It hurts less. Shake it off.
Get it! Now that you're free, I can tell you the key to escaping the room is... Well, it's a key. But hurry up, because Harley and I have quite a dinner party planned for you. It's a very special guest.
The bars are electrified.
That's awesome to hear.
It's
I
too
mean,
far
like,
to just reach my hand inside.
you've never seen this part? That's cool. Okay. Let's examine the Riddler cane.
Riddler. That hook could be useful.
That's what I'm saying. Take it. And then, can we get, like, rubber gloves? Anyone have rubber gloves? Don't press a button without knowing what it does. You chose to stop the agents from shooting Joker and you took his head. Oh!
The electricity cooked them
Yeah,
alive.
no, that is a hugely different scenario.
We gotta get out of here.
Do not grab the clamps. Use cane.
Great. Now push the key to me. I'll unlock the door between us. It only unlocks from my side.
She's telling the truth, but she could also take that key and get out, leaving you trapped. And unable to help the other dinner guests. Because you know she won't. What do you say, Bruce? You going to trust a thief?
Yeah.
All right, coming your way.
You should know by now, Bruce. You can trust me.
I got so nervous for a second. Quinn, yes, see you in an hour. Go have a good meeting.
That's not how it's supposed to go! You two like each other so
It was
much,
Amanda?
you can
Oh, I would
ride
not.
together.
Oh, she was with Amanda.
Electrical box.
Yeah.
If you cut the wire connected to the floor...
One of these agents tried that, but... Bruce!
Oh, very close. That was close.
That's disappointing. I was hoping for a bit more drama and a lot more death to really drive the lesson home for...
Yeah, okay.
Luckily, the next room is guaranteed to do just that. And it'll be even better with the stray tagging along. To get there, you two sweethearts have to go through the tunnel of love.
My God.
Bruce. Thanks.
I love you. She's so great. She's so perfect.
Just take it slow.
What's that phrase? I'd walk a mile over broken glass.
Oh.
Well, 8 feet should be a piece of cake. What could be more romantic than pulling shards from each other's kneecaps?
Just, can you not rush them to the side as you walk?
Bruce?
It's okay.
Oh.
I'm okay.
Oh, are they glued to the floor? Okay. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Just be careful.
Death.
Okay.
Our most certain companion. No matter how alone we might feel, death is always waiting. These fleshy vessels, they are born to die, to decay, to wither and wriggle with maggots. But something of us always remains. Our greatest accomplishments, our darkest sins, and the sins committed against us. They never stay buried for long. Do they, Bruce? Better dig up the truth, detective, or join the dead in silence.
That's rough. Father Puppet. Staying. Okay.
Riddler. Lucius Fox. Martha Wayne. Thomas Wayne. John Doe. What is this?
Reborn.
There's such a thing as pacing, Bruce. Get back to digging.
Oh my God, calm down. It's okay, you calm down. You chill. Okay, I can take whatever time you want. I want.
This'll do the job.
Yeah. So, shall we take it? What is this? This would be extra cruel.
Oh, God.
You're so good at pulling people's hearts out of their chests, Bruce. What's one more?
Is this Lucius's heart, or is it...
Something underneath.
Squish. It makes squish noise.
Some familiar faces, Bruce. There's Thomas Wayne, your dearly departed criminal dad. Joe Chill, you two met in Crime Alley that one time, remember? Bruce Wayne, that cad. And Batman, of course. Nothing happens in Gotham without him skulking around. This is a good old-fashioned whodunit. These are your suspects. The victims, as usual, are all around you. All you gotta do is put the right face on the right grave, Bruce. I'll allow room for some interpretation, but not much.
Oh my God. I think it's gonna be Joe Chill.
I guess your dad being gunned down in front of you is something you don't forget, huh?
Yeah, and then Martha is gonna be... It's gonna be...
You're just pulling every string, aren't you?
Yep, but we can't think about it, you just gotta put it in.
Yes! The way Nate takes another victim. His shady dealings got a loved one killed. Will history repeat itself tonight?
That's not... That's not how you should think of things, but okay.
I guess he's claiming to know who killed Riddler.
Probably him.
Yeah. Okay.
What's he trying to say?
John Doe is dead. There's only Joker now.
And that would be us.
Poor John was betrayed by his very own best friend. He gave his heart willingly, only to have it ripped from his chest, still beating and spraying blood everywhere. What a mess. I hope you're happy with yourself.
Okay. And... Batman.
Lucius.
Some people would say Lucius Fox was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but we both know he was there then because of Batman. The man got spray painted across Wayne Tower for the Dark Knight. That's loyalty.
Are there any left?
No.
No, we placed them all.
What the hell?
Someone's in there.
Yep. There's a crowbar on the side, though.
Tiffany!
Oh my god. Oh my god, did Tiffany kill the Riddler?
Breathe. I've been in there for hours.
How did you end up in there? And are you hurt?
I'm okay.
Well, yeah, Joker
okay
knows how
now.
to get into the cave that's in Wayne Enterprises, so...
Alfred lost touch with you at the Ace Chemical plant.
Yep.
I tracked you. I wanted to help.
Tiffany!
I ended up here.
Tiffany...
What is it?
The final sticker.
It looks like...
You.
That's you.
You killed Riddler.
So what?
Joker thinks you killed Riddler.
She did.
I'm not sure why. It's just...
You're not sure why? You're not sure why? You did,
me.
because you did. You were so caught up in wanting
Joker's
revenge.
right. I killed Riddler.
You killed Riddler.
I'm not proud of it.
Shit, fuck, I am.
Who are you?
Riddler's friend.
Oh.
Selina!
Selina, wait. Oh god. Riddler killed her father.
Riddler killed her father, Selina.
Yep. Yep, stop. Oh my god.
This is Lucius Fox's daughter.
Yes.
Tiffany.
Whatever you do,
If we just finish the introductions before we start killing each other, that'd be great. Avoid things like this, you know?
Old friend Gordon at the GCPD. Wait! You got him fired. No, wait. He's not your friend anymore. He betrayed you.
He did what he had to
what
do.
A mess you've made.
Mess I made? You made this!
Be served.
You painted it and everything!
The final guest waits.
Bruce,
Ridiculous.
when this is over, we're gonna talk, right?
We'll talk.
You can count on it.
Yeah. Don't look so sad. I would have done the same thing, bestie. You're good. Bruce has a code. I, in this fictional setting, do not. So, I get it. Oh, are we dancing?
Welcome! Finally.
So glad you could join us. It's got a head explosion setting too.
Yeah.
So play along.
I figured that was, yeah.
Isn't this nice? People never take the time to eat a meal together these days. And since you care about these folks, well, as much as you care about anyone, you'll be a good little guest.
I love dinner parties.
Sounds good. Always love dinner parties.
You might not love this one when we're done.
I don't think he likes when I'm snarky back to him.
I know it's impolite to start without all guests present, but Bruce, you gotta try this. Open up.
That's gonna be a person.
Come on.
Go on. Put your lips on it.
You were right. He ain't so sharp.
I see what you did there, honey.
I like making you smile.
You're so good to me.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't anticipate the blade. I just thought she was gonna reveal that it was like a human being. Okay, listen, I get the whole, you know, she looks like a snack, but no.
He came as soon as he heard you and Tiffany would be here.
Alfred, Jesus Christ!
No one would get hurt.
Oh my god.
No,
What is
I said
with
that
all of
people
you?
would
Can you just
get
have
hurt
some faith
if you
in me?
didn't
A
come.
little bit of
Not
faith.
the same. You brought scones.
Steer clear of that one. Came out a bit charred. Well, luckily, Master Bruce has never been picky.
They look good, don't they? Want one? Wow, this thing.
Sure, thanks. The one in the middle.
But that one's burnt.
Ow.
Wow, I just love hitting you.
Since the guests are all here, I want to show them the main course.
Good of Alfred to
That's
try
a
and
great
sneak
idea.
something into the scones. Okay.
I'll have my pick of all of Gotham soon, so I'm kinda hoping the survivor ain't one of you.
Doesn't that look good? Old family recipe. Hope you're all hungry.
Okay.
So, Joker, how does it feel to lie right to her face?
That's not polite dinner conversation, Bruce. Do you really want Harley killing the whole town before we eat? That might ruin your appetite. And Gordon, well, he won't even have a stomach left. So just play along, like I taught you. Good. Good. Ugh. Don't make them like they used to.
Puddin', I think it's time.
No! I mean, not yet. We wanted to play with them a little longer, right?
There we go.
Right.
A game, 3 rounds, 1 for each of Bruce's friends. Let's get to know just how awful each of you truly is. Think of it as your last confession.
Great.
Raise a hand or lose it. That's right. Fingers up.
Aren't we supposed to be zip-tied right now?
Started.
How are we raising a hand?
Read it.
Never have I ever lied to a friend.
Now, the way that this works is, if you have lied to a friend, finger goes down. I know. Your dad's a crime lord. It's really tough to tell a tween.
Not him bringing out the accent too.
Your turn. Pretty simple rules.
Lower finger. But not to you.
And now, if you've lowered a finger, I get to do something terrible to you.
Oh.
Not you, of course. Next!
Are we not zip-tied anymore? What happened to our zip ties?
Never have I ever used a friend.
All of it.
Manipulated them just to get what I want. Made them think they meant more to me than they did.
We both know where you stand on that one.
Okay, I'll just lower him.
Good
I'll just
kitty.
lower him. Because, like, I think Joker just wants us to acknowledge our actions. And if we don't, we'll be in
Not
big
you,
trouble.
Puddin'.
So,
You do you, hun. I got the cats.
Thanks, babe.
Bruce!
Next up, Tiffany.
I almost missed that one.
Never have I ever. You know what? I'm not doing this.
Don't test us, lab rat.
Test
right.
you?
Here we go.
If I didn't have a gun to my head,
Here
I'd
we
kill
go.
you just like I killed Riddler.
Tiffany.
And it'd be a whole lot easier. Because unlike you two, Riddler was smart.
What did you say?
I think the gal who fell into our trap just called us dumb. Maybe we hit her too hard on the head. Or maybe not hard enough.
If there wasn't a 0.001% chance that you might survive the virus, I'd kill you right now.
Read. Never have I ever killed a person in cold blood.
Didn't know the Girl Scout had it in
It's
her,
not
did
really
ya?
cold blood.
Finger down, Brucey.
Except we didn't.
Murdered John Doe.
Ah, John Doe's right there.
And it was as cold-blooded as you can get.
Go fuck yourself.
John's
John's
not
right
dead.
there.
I know he's in there somewhere.
You'd love that, you. Because, John, you could twist around with all your words, and he'd believe you. But not me!
Hun, he don't matter. Not anymore.
You see what he does? Man, I really dodged a bullet, didn't I?
So we were zip tied. But so I don't know how to,
Surround
I
yourself
don't.
with
I'm not gonna question the
liars.
logic of zip ties anymore.
thieves, murderers, and you think you're too good for me?
I didn't say that.
So glad we're not friends.
Alright.
Puddin', I'm done waiting.
You got what you wanted, right?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I did.
Let him die a little sooner than the rest of the city.
Okay.
Goodbye, Bruce.
Oh.
Gotham is safe. Joker gave Gordon a map of the bombs. The GCPD will have defused them by now.
You think I'm gonna fall for that?
All Joker cared about was revenge, so he made a deal.
There we go.
The map in exchange
The
for...
Discord.
Yeah, but I totally crippled the guy. No way they'll get to all the bombs in time. Probably.
Probably? You really did this?
We'll have another chance.
Is my life we're talking about. You
There we
chose
go.
him over me? How could you? You know I need that serum. I'm gonna kill you.
Babe!
There we go. Got the yellow wire. We did. Hey.
You gotta... He defused the bomb.
Yep. Harley. Because she's the one who set it off against the entire city. Hey!
I'm gonna kill all of you.
Now this is a dinner party. You ever feel like this is what, like, the holidays feel like, except socially?
Alright, you clowns. Time to...
I'm sorry, baby. Can't we just kill and make up?
Let's start with the killing part. See how we go from there.
Okay. Q! E! Q! E! Q! Is the next one E? No, it's Q. Now it's E. Tea party! No! No! That was so stressful. Oh god. Were we about to kill him? Is that the plan? Was that the plan? Oh. Right, I forgot. He can't feel pain, can he? Okay. Down.
That's a problem.
E. There we go. Go.
Bruce, what should
Tell the GCPD where we are. I can't let these two escape.
You got it.
Yep. Go.
I should have killed you the moment I met you.
Yeah, but you didn't though, because you thought I was charming. You liked me. You had a teeny tiny crush on me. And look where that got you. Oh Lord.
I
Okay.
think they want more.
Then let's give it to them.
Hell yeah.
They'll be cuter with their brains bashed in.
This is a fun double date. I would really do like super badly, but you know. Ah, yeah! Go. He's gonna shock us. Yep. Uh-oh. Chandelier. Go. Go, Gadget. Let's go. Yeah! We did it.
Joker! I'll kill him.
I'll make sure Harley stays put. Call me when we can do something a little less lethal.
This is not the time, Bruce, but okay. Let's go.
This ain't over. until I say it's
Seems pretty over to me, Harley, but okay. There we go.
You can't beat me, Bruce. You need me.
Poor?
I'm the villain of your dreams. The shadow within your shadow. The tumor lurking in your soul.
No.
You're wrong, John. You're no one. Just another nameless lowlife that I've got to put down.
Damn. I did not mean to go that harsh. Ah. Hey, he bit us.
So shy, Brucey. Come on. Lock her up.
Don't pull it out. Don't pull it out. Do not pull it out. That's gonna make you bleed out more. Yeah, don't. Okay. Why did you pull it out? Oh, you didn't see this fight either? It's cool that— oh god. Ah!
Come on. You should see your face.
He's alive. He's just pranking. Nah, he's just kidding.
John!
He's just joking. It's just a joke.
It's erratic.
Yeah, he's alive. He's fine. Yeah, I'm streaming through OBS.
Come on!
He's still alive. We don't have to do this.
On. Please! No.
Yeah, fucking figured.
You saved me.
Just regular OBS entertainment, yeah, guys.
You could have let me die. No one would have blamed you.
Yeah, I certainly
You
wouldn't
need to
have.
face justice.
I didn't have an option.
You really love that word. Justice.
It's a very pretty word.
You hide behind it. You think it forgives all your sins.
No. Thank you, Devin. I really appreciate it. I put a lot of work into it. I'm a filmmaker, so actually a lot of the setup I have, I already
Drinking
owned.
frappes under the stars. You dishing out advice about the ladies. Me finding out you were the bat. It was perfect. You know, some part of me always knew. Someone like you, you'd never really be friends with someone like me. But I wanted to believe it so badly. We had some good times, didn't we, Bruce?
Oh, you fucking bastard!
It wasn't all bad.
Yeah, sure. Some of it was fun.
I'm fucking lying, but okay. Oh, well, so was he. Friggin' prick.
I hope you'll look at that scar and remember those good times.
The borders? This thing? This is actually, I commissioned this. It's art, so it's actually a GIF that's just repeating. Or actually, it's a video file. It's a video file that's just repeating. Whew. And then the borders around the whole game, that, oops. That
you can
is,
sure take some punishment, Wayne. I'll
that
give
is
you
just
that.
a
Dish it out, too.
PNG.
I'm pulling my people out of Gotham effective immediately.
Good.
I want you to know we're square.
Great.
Your secret is safe with me.
Good.
After everything you've done, it's only right. I'll seal your case file for good.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. If the wrong people found out who I am.
But yeah, Devin.
That's not going to happen.
If you ever need any help.
At least not because of me.
I
Anything
don't
else we
know
need to
much
discuss?
that you couldn't
Or is
find
this
like
goodbye?
on YouTube or Google, but if you have any questions, you know my email.
What about Jem? Joker hurt him pretty bad.
They're saying he might not walk again, at least not without a cane. He saved thousands of lives with that map. Trading you like that? He's clearly been taking lessons from the agency. I'm inclined to give him a medal. Maybe his old title too, if he wants it. A tough old dog like him. He's good for a junkyard like Gotham.
He deserves to be
Jem
honored.
deserves the highest honor. Like always, he put his duty first.
Yeah.
It can't have been easy for him. Anyone else you're concerned about?
Batman versus Joker. Yeah, this is Bruce versus Joker.
And Avesta. Is she going with you?
Poor Iman. You really got inside her head, didn't you?
Why?
I know it was her that destroyed Riddler's blood. She's gonna have to answer for that. I need to be able to trust the people who work for me.
She can come work for me.
Let her come work for me. I'll find her a job at Wayne Enterprises.
Is that what she wants?
She should at least know it's an option.
Yeah.
Okay, then. I'll mention it. She's pretty fond of Gotham. God knows why. And of you. You know, she loves that steak place on Clinton Street. Maybe you should take her sometime.
not Waller trying
So,
to be
what
like,
else?
hey, go on a date.
Catwoman.
I thought she'd be pretty high on your list. You two certainly have been close. I've got a collar on her for now. But seeing how she put herself
Nice.
on the line against Joker, maybe I'd be willing to take it off. As a token of my goodwill.
Catwoman has a sordid past.
Past? I'd say present, with decent odds on future, too.
I'll keep a lid on that, but give her a fresh start.
Yeah.
Clear her record.
What record?
I'll see you around.
It's always possible, Bruce.
It's good that at least like.
But I'll tell you one thing.
Oh shit.
I'll be over the moon if I never have to come back to this wasteland.
All teams accounted for, ma'am. Airlift is en route.
Thank you, Agent. I'll be right there.
We were able to pick up Miss Fox's trail. She's taken to the rooftops.
Good. Stay with her until I tell you otherwise.
Crap.
Word is Tiffany Fox copped to Riddler's murder. Personally, I don't give a damn about what happened to that maniac.
Yeah.
But I know how you feel about lethal force. I can bring her in if you want. Lay a charge on her.
Nah.
Unless that's
She
something
won't-
you'd rather take care of yourself.
She won't do it.
Tiffany and I
Again.
go way back. I'd rather deal with her myself.
My people will let you know where to find her. Take care of yourself, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Tiffany won't do it again. She just wanted revenge, I think. And then after that, I don't think she's gonna. And I can't blame her. Losing a parent is hard. Just chilling. Yeah. It was Tiffany. I fully thought it was John.
Tiffany, we need to talk.
Yeah, I figured.
There we
I
go.
made it. Thinking someday I'd be fighting by your side. Not running from you.
What?
I was working up the courage to tell you.
You don't have to run.
Joker? He just...
Why are you gonna run? Where are you running to? Can I
guessed
come?
it somehow. Said he knows another psychopath when he sees one. It was almost a relief to admit it. I'm sorry you found out that way.
You know I don't condone killing. Not even scum like Riddler.
Forgive her, Bruce.
I've been dreading this moment. Especially since I learned who you are under that mask. I was afraid of what might happen if you found out. I guess I was hoping you never would.
Why didn't you talk to me sooner?
He was mad.
I wanted to work with you, to be part of your mission.
And she
But
was
you
mad.
kept this from me. A murder.
I know. I'm
She
sorry.
didn't know she's young,
I knew
Bruce.
this
My
would ruin
God.
everything.
You were right.
Riddler tore
What are you?
my family
No, you're
apart,
not.
Bruce.
No, she's not. She is not right. I forgive her.
My mother hasn't left the house since the funeral. And Luke? He just lashes out.
Yeah.
My father's death broke them.
It
Broke
doesn't
all of
have
us.
it doesn't have to be
I
permanent.
won't ask for forgiveness.
The brokenness is not permanent.
But I hope you can understand why I had to do it.
I
just felt
forgive
so
you.
Powerless.
I forgive
Like my
you.
life was crumbling around me.
And I
Revenge
understand.
is an impulse, one to be checked. I can't condone it. But I do understand it.
Thank you. That means a lot. I couldn't bear it if you despised me. So, where do we go from here?
I still need a tech girl.
I suppose this puts me on your most wanted list.
No.
If you want to fill your father's shoes, you need to
Nah.
learn right from wrong.
Far
you need
from it,
someone
dude.
to teach you.
You're giving me a second chance?
Think of it more as a sentence. You'll have to work hard for your redemption.
Okay, think of it as a second chance, dude, bro. I was never mad at you. Can't speak for Bruce apparently, but I was never mad at you.
I promise I won't let you down.
Then let's get started.
Holy shit. She could just fly. I'm jealous. She can fly. We glide. That's different. We're still slow descent, but like she flies. Oh, what? We're not done? I thought this was the end. What do you mean chapter 4? Oh.
I was going to write a note, but I'm not a coward. At least I don't want to be. Not anymore. Then
You're
again,
not-
this won't be the first time I've found my courage in a single malt.
Please tell me it's a vacation and
Courage
you're
for
not
what?
quitting. It's a vacation, right?
Saying goodbye. I'm leaving, Bruce. It's time I went in search of better pastures.
You just need rest, Alfred. Why don't you take a long vacation? Like we talked about. Someplace in the sun, on the other side of the world from Gotham.
I rather think this vacation will be permanent.
Alfred!
Why?
This war of ours is not what it was when we started. I no longer have the stomach for it. It's not sustainable. At least not for me.
Come on, Alfred. You know I can't do what I do, what we do, without your help.
Well, maybe you don't have to do it at all.
Our mission used to be so clear. Catch the criminals, lock them up. But nothing is clear anymore, at least not to me. Now everything has become so gray.
Gray? Talk to me, Alfred.
We used John Doe, exploited his friendship to get you into the pact. We took advantage of someone you met in an asylum, for God's sake. Someone clearly challenged with a proven tendency to violence.
I'll admit that wasn't our finest moment, but at the time it seemed like our best course of action.
Precisely my point. Our best judgment is no longer good enough. You led John Doe to believe you were his friend. Turning on him when he killed those agents, that pushed him to become Joker.
Because he killed the
What's
agents!
Your point? Sometimes it's as if Batman creates the evil he means to destroy. For all our good intentions, I fear we only make things worse.
It was
a dreadful
one guy.
thought, I know, but one that keeps me awake at night.
I'm not blind to the damage I cause, nor am I to the chaos that swirls in Gotham. But I have to believe the good outweighs the bad. I thought you did too.
Not anymore. Anyone who comes into contact with us suffers. Lucius is gone. Tiffany has blood on her hands.
Stop. Okay, Tiffany makes her own choices. That's not on us.
As if her enthusiasm might remind us how things were in the beginning. She was on Joker's guest list because of her relationship to you. Selina, too. It's a miracle any of us survived that ghastly dinner. But Joker certainly made his point. The lives we touch are touched by pain. Friends, colleagues, innocents. No one is spared.
That also just happens to everybody.
We can fix the problem, Al, but not if we run from it.
Unless we are the problem. Leaving this all behind might be the only solution. One thing is for certain. My tremors are gone.
Well, that's great news, Al.
They stopped the minute I made the decision to go. I thought it was the kidnapping with Lady Arkham that caused them. Some kind of residual trauma.
Yeah, I thought
But I
that
had it
too.
wrong. This sense of powerlessness I've been feeling, it came from something I saw in you. The tremors, the fainting spells, all of it.
Alfred, I'm so sorry. I've caused you so much pain.
No, please don't misunderstand me. Let me explain. Your father was driven by an obsession, by a need to control. He rushed headlong into the darkness, thinking himself invincible, oblivious to the cost.
And
just like you.
Not like me. I chased that darkness away.
And yet, history is repeating itself. I'm more certain of that with every passing day.
Alfred, these comparisons... You knew the evil my father was capable of. You think you see that in me?
I said nothing about evil, Bruce.
Then what are you saying?
I'm saying you'll end up in the same place.
Dead.
Face down in an alley. Shot in the dark by criminals in some godforsaken corner of Gotham. I won't be witness to that. I won't bury you, too. I stood by and did nothing while Thomas destroyed himself, along with everything he loved. I enabled him, like I've been enabling you. Realizing this, I've never felt so helpless. I wanted things to be different for you, my boy. You deserved a better life than the one I gave you. I've failed you, and for that I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I'm so mad at you!
You did the best you could, Al. In a single night, the family was shattered, and you were
Also,
left to
it
pick up
turns
the
out I
pieces.
don't have the tissues on my desk, so I'm gonna have to go
But I
get
did a
them.
poor job sticking them back together. Well, I don't want to miss my flight. There's always traffic around the airport.
I'm freaking gonna actually leave!
You don't have to do it, Bruce.
Oh my god,
There
you're
are
leaving
other ways of
anyway,
being
right?
good in
So
the
what's
world.
the point?
You pour everything into your bloody crusade, And I know you too well to hope you'll ever change.
What's a choice? What's a choice? Give me the choice. Can I chase Alfred? Can we give him the rom-com moment? Can we keep him from leaving? Keep him from leaving! Keep him from leaving! Give up Batman! Wait, give up Batman. We're getting— Hi, Heather. You stopped at the perfect
Would you
time.
stay? If I promised things would be different.
Is that a promise you can keep?
I don't know,
Like you said,
but I'd be
there
willing
are
to
a lot of
try.
ways to help. I'm sure the city could use a man of my talent and resources.
Are you sure about this?
I'll do whatever it takes to keep our family together, Al. Even this.
Yeah.
So please, tell me you'll stay.
And I forgot my tissues, unlike, you know, I said I thought I brought them. I did not. So I have to get them. Oh my god, she's staying. I was so stressed, Alfred. You can't do this to me. Oh my god, Alfred! Oh my god. What? Oh my god. Continue.
You got that look in your eye, the kind that says you're trouble.
Okay.
Thunderbolt! I'm the whole goddamn hurricane!
I actually do like that line. You and 35.6% of players have your assurances she won't reveal your secret. Go on.
Gotham's safety is slipping out from under me and I can't stand it!
You and 28.6% of players asked Waller to have him reinstated.
I weighed my options, and what can I say?
Okay.
I don't like to lose.
You and 2.6% of players wiped away Selena's criminal record. Wow. So, like, not a lot at all. Oh my god. You and 80% took Tiffany under your wing. Awesome.
Criminally insane.
You and 27.5% of players got Waller to agree you'd give her a job. Awesome. It is amazing, Heather. That's what I really like about
in
art.
plain sight for that long, does he forget who he really is?
Okay. You and 36.3% of players gave up the mantle of the Batman for Alfred.
We're two threads in the same stitch, bound together, even under strain.
Joker, stop interrupting me, okay? I've had a very emotional couple of minutes. You and 31% of players agreed the two of you had good times together. Not a lot of people shook his hand. A lot of people heard Gordon back out of his deal. Haha. You and then 95% of players had Waller use their influence. Okay. 5.7 refused to hear Alfred's last words. Wow. And 58% chose to never give up being Batman. 58% decided it was okay to let Alfred go. You cannot let Alfred go, okay? That is not what happens here. You and 44.9% of players defeated villain Joker. Cool. I'm okay. Oh my god. Devin! Devin! Oh, what is this? Post-credit scene.
We had so much fun, Joker. I just couldn't stay away.
I knew you wouldn't be able to. Bruce.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you have like links to music, share them, and then I will listen to them on my own time. If you want, we can just talk about it. Yeah. Okay. So he has a little doll of us. That's great. Love that for him. Oh my god. Y'all, I'm a wreck. Oh my god, that was fine, you know, I was having a fine time, but the fucking second, it was like, we might take away Alfred from you. I was like, absolutely not. I will do absolutely everything you want. Anything Alfred asks of me. Yeah, and I'm sobbing. I was fine the whole time. The whole time. Until it was like, Alfred's quitting. Could not do it. Could not do it. Could not. Thank you. Thank you for the option of that, Alfred. But no. You can't quit. I will do everything that you ask of me, but you are not quitting, sir. You're my dad. No, yeah, Heather, it was a fun time. Let's do a little recap. So most of it was Joker being the Joker, and trying to get his revenge on us. So he and Harley still had the virus, and they were threatening to like release it on the city. Thank you. Thank you, Devin. But yeah, they were gonna say that they were gonna release it on the city, and we obviously had to try and stop that. Gordon got ahead of it and was like, I want all the locations, and in return I will betray Batman. He couldn't go through with it as the choices showed, but he got the map anyway, but then he was shot in his legs. And then we had to go through a dinner party, being Bruce, and just like kind of try and stop Harley and Joker from there. And we did. And that's what happened, kind of, you know. So basically Joker's whole dinner party setup was like, look at how all of these people have lied to you and betrayed you. Is chat showing up here? I think it should be, but I don't know if it is. But anyway, yes, it is. Okay. Yeah. That's insane, Devin, that yours didn't have a dinner party. But yeah. So, Heather, Joker invited everybody we knew, Alfred, Tiffany, Selena, to this dinner party. And he was like, look how the people you surround yourself with, a murderer, a thief, and a liar. And we took him down. Everyone was fine. Everybody lived. It was cool. And then Alfred threatened to quit, and that got me. I was like, listen, I don't care if you've lied to me in the past. I don't care, Tiffany, if you've killed the Riddler. I don't care, Selena, if you would choose your freedom over my life. All fair, but Alfred motherfucking Pennyworth better not leave my side. And he almost did. So I started crying. And I could not do it. Okay, that is just what happens. Oh my god. I'm gonna get the tissues out. But anyway, so that was the Batman Enemy Within. It was great. That was amazing. I honestly loved Enemy Within more than I liked the original Telltale Batman. This one felt a lot more, like, from a narrative, it felt a lot more dramatic. Yeah, Heather, without him, what is up? But also, I just love Alfred. Would do anything for that man. But yeah. I feel like Alfred makes me feel so safe. Okay, y'all, this is what is gonna happen. So as I said, we're gonna do a double feature. So I'm gonna start putting up Our Life, Also, I just realized I think my tags still have Nancy Drew on them, don't they? No, it has Our Life on them. Cool. Alright. So now I changed the game to Our Life. And that is what we will do. We'll do it on YouTube as well. And then we are gonna take a little teeny tiny break. Beginnings and always. And we will be back with Our Life because we weren't able to play that on Wednesday because Verizon was being weird. But now we're able to play it. So we'll go prepare to do that. We'll be right back. I'll give you guys like 5 minutes. I think it's good. I'll get water. I'll get some wine too. I need the wine. And so, but yeah, I to be clear, I don't need the wine. Just like I have wine in my fridge, and yes, but yeah. Okay, I'm rambling. Guys, get your water. Stretch your limbs. We'll be back with Our Life, a visual novel. It'll be oh so fun. Have a great time. Be right back. All right, everybody. How are we doing? How are we doing? I hope we're doing well. I got the tissues. Because that's what we do on stream. After Alfred Pennyworth makes us ugly cry for the entire public to see. Anyway. Cool. So, let's change the color of my lights. It was purple because of Batman, and now it shall be green or blue, turquoise-ish. I like turquoise. That's very green now. Somewhere in between. There we go. I like that. I like that. Okay, so now we go into something more wholesome. Hopefully, we hope that it's something more wholesome. Actually, I have to tell my best friend that we're streaming. Streaming our life. Yeah. I'm using a camera, Devin. I am using my Lumix S5 Mark II. As my face cam. And I used to use my Canon T6i as my dog cam. But my new apartment, we don't really have space in the room to put up a dog cam this far unless it's on my bed. And I don't know how I feel about the internet seeing my bed. You know, I feel like that's just it's a little boundary for me. I know it's a strange boundary, but it's just a boundary nonetheless. But yeah. Okay, so, our life, let's go! Hey! Oh, you can't see it because it's still on Batman Telltale because I can't change it until, you know, there we go, until I'm on stream. Ta-da! Let me move myself to go over here. And then I gotta flip myself over. A little flip. Transform. Flip horizontal. There we go. Thank you. I'm glad. Angel Silver Song. Hello. Welcome. Yeah. Hello, Ancient Silver Song. How are you? What you up to? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I dyed it. I know there's a bot. I saw the bot. I only have my little stream elements. Not stream elements. OBS up and my social stream up. So for the bot, I'm gonna just have to do that on my phone. Yes, hi Paul! Welcome! I have settled in from my move. I'm doing great. Love it. It's very, like, I love my new apartment. It's so chill. Stash has a bit more space here, though she doesn't really use it. She just likes laying in bed all day and sleeping, so I would feel the same way most of the time, so. Hello. I don't know why I can't access my own updated chat on Twitch on my phone. Here we go. Okay. Ban the bat. Ban the bat, ban the bot. Okay. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome. Let's go back into this. This is Our Life. It is a visual novel game. It is so fun. I enjoy it very much. And we weren't able to stream it on Wednesday, and this stream would have ended had we not... Hi, Angel Silver Song, welcome back. From ads. I know, I wish I could make ads less annoying on Twitch, but... Anyway, so, this is Our Life. It's a visual novel. It's very fun. Gotta love it. And... yeah. Yeah. You do? You played this before? That's awesome. Yeah. So usually, for the most part, I read, and I will still look at chat. Just be wary. I am looking at, I am reading and I'm reading. You know, there's a lot of reading. I think I got most of the DLC, if not all of the DLC, when the stream summer sale was happening. This is the song you were thinking of? Heather. Oh, Our House. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Anyway, so, let me read. Sun beamed in through your window, warming your skin as you lay comfortably on your bed. With your arm hovering in the air, you held your phone above your face, squinting against the sun to read the latest text that Cove had sent through. He was out with a group he volunteered with, Orca, doing some kind of activity. He'd been at it since early that morning, and he'd been keeping you updated by messenger. That's so cute. The latest one explained how he'd just finished cleaning up the beach and was now heading over to Manastal on Shopping Street to sell tickets for a fundraising dinner. Before then, he wanted to call. You didn't mind that, and replied, saying as much. As you waited for it to come in, you let out a big breath, thinking of the formal dinner that Orca organized. I can't read. Every stream I read, and it always is me being like, I can't read half the time. Being a completely fundraising-focused event for large donors, it was crucial for the organization's projects in the year to come. That's why Cove had been so busy lately. All you had heard about it so far was that it was a prim and proper occasion with speeches and everything. And then the notification popped up. Incoming call! You picked up immediately. Nah, you know, if the guy I like, well, I mean, listen, Cove is our best friend, and he has friend-zoned us so many times, Angel Silver Song. So many times. He has, oh my god. Yeah, but, so, I'm trying to kind of not be so attached to him, because I'm like, I don't think he likes us, you know, but like, oh... Reading and losing it, yeah. I would wait a few rings, you know? He can't have him thinking we're waiting by the phone, you know? We gotta let it ring a little bit. Hi. Chill. Smooth.
Sorry.
Hey, sorry, I don't have a lot of time to talk, but this was my chance, so, you know. Sounds like you're doing a great job. And for a really good cause. Oh, I thought we were talking about the talking. Like, sounds like you're doing a real good job talking, because you're talking to us right now, and... Anyway, it's nothing, really. I enjoy the work. It feels good to help out.
I mean...
do you want to come by to see me? At the booth, I mean. Ask... Heather! Answer and ask if he can hold? What a power move! I love that! I would never do it, but like, I love that. I think whether certain characters like you or not in the game, it's all about the dialogue options you pick. Games like this tend to have multiple endings. Yes. Yes, it does. However, Paul, I was told that Cove loves everybody. That's what my best friend said when she pitched this game for Wildcard Wednesday. So imagine my surprise when Cove did not love us. As promised, as advertised. Everybody but me, Paul. Everybody but me. Sure, why not? Okay, cool. See you soon. It's just down on the shopping street. You'll see it. Alright, bye. See you. After the temporary goodbyes, you tucked your phone away and pushed yourself up from your bed. Heading downstairs, you found Ma lounging in the living room, seated on a couch with her legs tucked up and a magazine in her lap. She looked up at the sound of your footsteps, giving you a smile. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we almost had to exchange Cove. You know, maybe it was broken. Hey, sweetie, what are you up to? Cove just finished his first Orca activity. He's going to the shopping street to sell tickets for their fundraising dinner, and I'm gonna meet him there.
That's fantastic.
Paul! Nah, I know. I've been joking all day that my hair... Hagrid. If Hagrid met a freshly groomed poodle, you would have my hairstyle. You know? Like, just fuzzy and everywhere. No, Heather, listen. The weather is making my hair particularly unruly. You look perfect, I'm sure. It's just me. I'm cursed. She nodded happily, and then her face fell a little as she put her magazine to the side. I'm still sad your mom and I can't make it to the dinner that night. She seemed honestly disappointed, but her face brightened again when she looked at you next. You'll be going, right? I can buy the ticket for you if you don't have enough. What's the price? Thanks, but Cove hasn't mentioned how much it is. I'll check it out when I'm there.
Okie dokie.
Perfect. Let me know how it goes. You agreed with a nod, walking backwards towards the door. Thanks, sweetie. Have a good walk. And tell Cove I said hello. I will. Bye, Ma. Strolling out the front door, you shut it behind you and let out a deep breath. You had known the event was coming up and that you'd most likely be going to support Cove, but you hadn't thought about it too much before now. With a small nod to yourself about everything you'd have to do, you began the walk to the shopping street. You hit the shopping street and casually walked along the afternoon rays, window shopping and browsing through the various stalls that were set up around the place. It didn't take long until you spotted Cove's bright seafoam hair behind a counter and the banner advertising the fundraising event. He caught your eye as you headed over and stood from his seat with a smile, pleased to see you arrive. He stood still, gaze stuck on you, waiting until you approached the counter. You came right up to the front of the booth, inspecting the little plush sea animals that decorated it, before turning your smile on Cove.
Nina.
Hey, good to see you. Hey, you made it. Have you settled in and everything? He nodded, taking a quick survey of the simple booth. I appreciated getting to take a seat for a while. The beach was great, but it's nice to be off my feet for 5 seconds. He chuckled. You were glad to see that despite all the work you'd been doing, he was in high spirits. He seemed to really be enjoying working with the charity. I don't think they said where this was based, but I know it's somewhere in California, I believe. So how much are the tickets for the event? He hesitated for a moment, rubbing the back of his neck awkwardly. They're $150. I only found out today. That makes sense. That sounds like a pretty reasonable price for such a fancy event. I've seen way more expensive ones. Yeah. Cove shrugged, glancing down at his clipboard as he answered. It's definitely not something I would normally be at, but it seems to fit the type of people who are into that kind of thing. Most people that have bought tickets wrote a check for it. I've never written a check for anything before. I have, for rent. You laughed briefly and shook your head at him, and upon seeing the look on your face, he trailed off and cleared his throat softly. A couple people did have cash though, but yeah, that's the answer to your question. Not that it really matters. I'm gonna get you a ticket. What? Are you gonna buy me a ticket? Or is it like a comp ticket? You know, like, you know, it's just like, you know, complimentary? You will? Your members get to bring a guest? No! He's gonna buy me a ticket? We only get entry for ourselves, and it's only people who volunteer a certain number of hours or if they're actually part of the team running it. So basically, I'm gonna buy it for you. Guys, he's like 18 years old. $150. I mean, listen, $150 for me as a 23-year-old is a lot of money. Okay? He's just gonna spend $150 for dinner? It's so expensive. Come on, please let me get it for you. You're still supposed to be my guest. I want to donate anyway. This is a chance to do it. If you're sure. He nodded, a small smile breaking across his face at your acceptance. What matters to me is that you're there. Motherfucker! Do not make me cry. Okay, I'm still running high from Alfred. I know, it is so out of the blue. I'm convinced that we have a situationship with Cove. You know? Like, I feel like we're not in a relationship. But we're not in a relationship. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're in a situationship. This is a situationship. He glanced over his shoulder quickly before turning back to you, his lips tilting mischievously at the corners.
Well,
I'm not supposed to, but if you want, you can sit behind the counter and keep me company while I sell tickets. Sounds like a guy I knew at once at a trade school I went to. He wanted to buy a girl. He liked jewelry. She wasn't even sure she liked him. Oh, that is a situation. Paul. I know he was pushing away before, and now he's reaching towards us. I don't know how to feel about it. And I've met people like that in real life. It depends on the person, that'd be sick. But anyway. You're such a troublemaker even when you're doing volunteer work. He chuckled and gave you a guilty look as you rounded the table and took the extra seat beside him. The afternoon passed in a blur, with you and Cove laughing and chatting in between ticket sales. As the time drifted on and the sun sank lower into the sky, 6 p.m. finally rolled around and you helped him get everything packed up to call it a day. As you headed back home together, you thought of the fundraising dinner and how close it was now. There was still plenty to do before the big night arrived, like get a dress. As the days continued on in a normal flow, before long, the night of the Orca fundraising dinner was upon you. It was early evening, and you were in your room getting ready as the minutes ticked closer and closer towards the time you needed to leave. Liz was helping us. Yes, Liz was helping us pick an outfit. You stood in front of her, considering different items while she sat on the edge of your bed, lips pursed tight. She had given a firm yes or no to each item you showed her, which had now reduced your options down to a small pile to choose from. The event had strict guidelines, and you wouldn't be let in unless you were dressed to code. That meant having to find a truly professional outfit, but one that you were also happy with. I'm happy to dress up all the time. There were a couple of outfits that didn't get nearly as much use as you would have liked, and now is the time to show them off. You smiled as you picked your way through your items, your excitement shining bright. You don't need to get too in your head thinking about the look, but you do need to hurry up and pick something. Oh, aren't you helpful, Liz? You rolled your eyes sarcastically and pouted. You knew you needed to make a decision and didn't appreciate the way Liz was pushing you towards it. This game is called Our Life, Paul. Our life, beginnings and always. Sorry, I'm only trying to get this done. Taking a deep breath to refocus yourself, you looked over the options one last time. It was time to decide on an outfit, and quick! You chose a dress! Liz nodded in approval, clapping her hands together, satisfied. Good. Finally, we're making some progress. Standing in front of your mirror, you quietly assessed your outfit. Accessorizing. It needed something extra to finish it all off. Rummaging through your wardrobe, you picked out what you needed to complete your outfit. A necklace? Turning back to the mirror, you let Liz drape your best necklace around your neck and clasp it together around the back. A pair of earrings. You hurried to put on a pair of earrings to match your outfit, aware that time was running short. And a bracelet. You slipped the bracelet around your wrist and make sure that it was sitting there properly. And that is it. That was everything. And with that, you decided to apply makeup. You're running out of time! Apply makeup. We should have been doing that before we got dressed, but okay. Leaning in front of the mirror again, you grabbed your makeup bag and applied what you needed. Okay, let's do this in order. So we need foundation. Using a small sponge. Yes, it's free to play, but the DLC is highly recommended. Using a small sponge, you applied a base over your skin to help make it look smooth and glowing. Bronzer. A sun-kissed glow would work perfectly with your outfit. Dipping your brush in the bronzer, you dusted the golden color over the contours of your face. Drawn over brow. drawn over brows. Use some makeup to change the look and shape of your brows. We need eyeshadow. Taking care to blend it well. We need blush. Uh-huh. We need lipstick. Yeah. We need eyeliner. Uh-huh. Okay. And then we need mascara. I'm not a false lashes person. Nail polish. And that was everything. Finally, you were dressed. It had all come together. Cove sent through a text saying that he was heading over to the car and would see you in a bit. When you looked at Liz again, she had a goofy smile pulling at her lips. You looked very nice. Thank you, and thanks for helping me out. I'm sure it wasn't easy. Liz laughed softly and ruffled your hair, but only barely, not enough to actually mess it up. You got that one right, but you know I'm here whenever you need it. Liz wiped a pretend tear away from her fingers to blink dramatically. Oh, precious, you're all grown up. It happened in the blink of an eye when I wasn't even looking. She chuckled to herself, nudging you towards the door. All right, time to get downstairs. Cove awaits. You carefully headed down the stairs into the living room, where your moms were waiting for your appearance. As you entered, they both stood from the couch and came over to you, smiling broadly. You look so wonderful, and very mature, too. I know, right? They continued to coo and fuss over you until you managed to brush them off. Ma took Mom by the arm and held her close, the two of them admiring you proudly. You sighed dramatically. I hope his knee buckles. Yeah, Quinn, it's Cove! It's Cove time! Yeah. I hope his knee buckles too. Half the reason... Now, I don't know if this is just me. But sometimes I do, you know, you gotta play dirty with the guys in real life. And I will sometimes, not all the time, but if I'm feeling a little mischievous, I will, if I know I'm gonna see someone, I'm gonna dress in a way that, like, I know will really bother them. I use my wardrobe a lot in terms of, like, you know, like somehow it's weaponry. My dresses turn to knives. You were running late if you were going to be running late if you didn't get going. I'm just saying, it's my way. It's my way. Listen, I can't fight, okay? I will dislocate all of my joints if I tried to fight. But I can dress up. Is it possible that when your friend said a certain character likes everyone and you're seeing differently, that she was— No, she was very genuine about it, Paul. She was— my friend doesn't really— she's not really sarcastic when it comes to things like this. You'll have to get used to this one day. You're the baby of the family forever, after all. Ma came in to give you one last hug, and before you knew it, another pair of arms was wrapped around you, and then a third. Both Mom and Liz giggled as they hugged you tight. We hope you have so much fun tonight. We won't wait up for you. Stay out as long as you need. You're old enough now. Wow! With a last wave goodbye, you left your family and approached the front door. It was time. Stepping out into the night, you closed the door behind you gently and looked out across the street. Cove was standing there, as expected, next to the garage of his house, and tapping away on his phone. He looked up at the sound of the door closing. Hey! Hey, I hope you're ready to do this. You took the chance to check over his outfit as he walked across the way to meet you. It was formal for sure, though it didn't feel overly posh. Yes, Quinn, okay, you go. Go enjoy dinner. I hope it's delicious. It made sense for him. He looked over you as well, a big smile on his face. You look great. No knees buckling. Heather, no knees buckled. Thank you. You were relieved your outfit had his seal of approval. Then he shook his head, glanced back towards the garage, and throwing a thumb over his shoulder, spoke. Come on. Yeah, but, like, I don't think that was what was happening here, Paul. I think he was actually just on his phone and then he saw us. But yeah, I know what you mean. We should probably get going. We wouldn't want to be late for such a grown-up event, right? Yeah, let's go. You headed over to Cove's car together, hopping in and strapping on your seatbelts. You were on your way. The event was being held at a place you've never been to before. You even brought up the location on your phone to help Cove navigate there. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, and it is really annoying. It took some time to find the right address, and once there, you were met with the task of finding a parking spot. Though you were on time, it seemed like everyone else had already shown up and claimed the spaces. Eventually, you found a suitable place, before realizing that it required payment. Cove covered the amount, taking a ticket from the machine and leaving it on the dashboard of the car. Aww. Despite the small holdup, you managed to ultimately make it to the event and confirm you were on the guest list before being shown into the dining area. Cove whistled low as he looked around. Okay, so you can appreciate your surroundings and appearances, just not mine. I see how it is. I'm not that salty, I promise. Cove whistled low as he looked around, taking in the extravagance of the room. Chandeliers hung from the ceiling, and the entire place was decked out with beautiful oceanic displays. You were stunned yourself. It was extremely high class, even more so than you had already expected. It's so nice! You had to be impressed by the work that had gone into making everything look this lovely, and how everyone had dressed up in their best outfits for the night. Seeing Cove smile as he took in the sights made you think he must be feeling the same way. The sound of Cove's name being called out over the din of the room. When you looked around, there were a couple unfamiliar people coming your way. They headed over to greet Cove, giving you both a welcoming smile and hello. We're glad to see you could make it, Cove, especially after all the hard work you've done to make this night happen. Definitely, I wasn't gonna miss it. Yeah, no, I totally get it. I mean, a lot of people are, though I have met a few people who, like, they are just all technology. All the time. I've seen you around before, haven't I? You've been to see Cove when he was volunteering in the past? Yeah, that's right. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for coming tonight. I hope you enjoy yourself. Thank you. We've known each other a long time, since we were just kids. That's wonderful. There's nothing like old friends. Yeah. Cove, we have to thank you for everything you've done for Orca. You're always welcome to join in on more activities when they come up. You too, if you ever decide that's something you're interested in. You nodded your head in understanding, giving a small smile. Well, we'd better head off to greet the other guests. It was lovely speaking to you both. You all said your goodbyes, and they faded off into the crowd, leaving you and Cove on your own once more. Cove shrugged then, eyes darting around the place with an awkward look. I guess we should talk to more people. There isn't much else to do at an event like this. You found your way into groups of people who were standing around chatting while some light music played in the background. Servers with large silver trays were gliding between the guests, offering drinks and canapes. Cove was clearly hesitant to actually approach the people, but was able to respond when various people greeted him first. I feel that whatever go... Yeah, he has settled. He seems to have settled a little bit with his identity. You found yourself enjoying the company. The sound of a megaphone crackling came from the podium at the other end of the room. Someone who you assumed must be the host for the evening was asking everyone to sit down in preparation for meals and speeches. You and Cove looked for your table, finding it easy enough by the little name cards that were placed delicately beside the napkins. A few others joined you at the table, though they weren't anyone that you recognized. The host was still speaking as people were settling, starting off the speeches by giving a welcome to everyone attending. She went on to provide some more information about Orca, which you supposed was for the guests who weren't part of the organization and the purpose of the fundraiser tonight. Orca's goals, as she explained it, were to aid in conservation and restoration of oceans and beaches. There were many people who had helped to make the group as successful as it was. As she read off a list of several volunteers worked up on making the event happen, Cove's name was one of the first to come up. His cheeks flushed with a shy pride at that. As she continued on to thank the large donors for the event, you checked over at Cove. He was still grinning happily to himself and tapping his fingers over the tops of his knees, pretty pleased to have been mentioned by name. The aquarium is pretty cute. It was good to see all of his hard work paying off, but his giddiness was also funny. While the host continued speaking, multiple servers dressed in black were settling the first course of the menu in front of the guests. One of the servers set down a plate in front of you, and you thanked them quietly before looking over the dish with interest. You recognized the dish as a simple Caesar salad. The host quickly wrapped up the end of her speech, thanking everyone once more before inviting you all to begin your meal. Anyone who had included a special dietary note when signing up for the event received a vegan or vegetarian version, and there was also small baskets of bread set around the table. You just ate some of the bread. Cove wolfed down his salad before munching onto a breadstick, quickly devouring that as well. I hope the next part comes out soon and is bigger. You can hear him mumbling to himself as he reached over for another piece of bread. Love that, Cove. He glanced around the table, and you followed his line of sight with curiosity, noting that everyone else was still eating the salad. Stopping his hand midair, he quickly pulled back and rested it on his lap without taking another breadstick after all. It was clear that he was starting to feel unsure of himself, and he looked a little out of place here. He folded his arms and turned them away from you. You don't like the salad? I don't really like Caesar salad. I get it. His gaze remained purposely tunneled on you, as if he was trying not to even think about what the rest of the table might be doing. Picked up a breadstick and gave it to Cove. It's okay. Oh, thank you. He spoke gently as he took the bread from your hand, looking choked up by your reassurance. Aw, he munched away on it happily, seeming much more at ease. It didn't take much longer until the main course was arriving, and the various chicken, steak, and veggie dishes were being served throughout the room. An array of scents wafted through the room, making your mouth water. Steak. It was nice that you had been given the option of how you liked your steak cooked, and the meal on your plate in front of you seemed perfectly to your taste. Cove had gone for the steak, and once he had begun to dig in, he was completely absorbed by his meal. You're gonna choke if you keep eating like that. He retorted without even looking up from the dish. Most of the people can do CPR, and it'll be fine. Cove, oh my god. You shook your head in amusement as he continued fervently eating at the same pace. Dinner eventually ended, and last of all was dessert. A lemon sorbet that had been partially dyed blue. Oh, that's cute. A mix of white with bold streaks of blue made the little scoop look like a ball of roaring ocean waves. The effect was pretty, but the serving size was small. Perhaps it was the price to pay for artistry. You turned to Cove to find him pouting a little at the size of it. Digging into dessert, it took him only a few bites to polish it off. Again, the other people around the table had barely even begun eating. An unimpressed air settled over him as he sat back in his chair, sipping at his water unhappily. You are such a big baby. It's not good to rely on people knowing the Heimlich maneuver in CPR. Yeah, no, it's not. He's just being silly. Yeah. Oh, I didn't read that. You prodded him in the arm, laughing quietly. He looked up at you sheepishly, embarrassed to have been caught sulking over a thing. He fumbled for a defense. It was just really good, that's all, and now it's gone. But I'm okay. With a slight grin, he shrugged to show that he was really fine. Do you want my dessert? You pushed the dish towards him, and his eyes widened in surprise. He looked down at the dessert, then back at you, as if wordlessly asking if you were really sure. It's okay, you can have it. He hesitated a moment more, before pulling the sorbet in front of him, a small smile tugging at his lips. Thanks. You're welcome. He scooped up a spoonful of the treat and put it in his mouth, humming happily. You felt satisfied, knowing he'd enjoy it much more than you would. You leaned back in your chair, looking around quietly. After a moment or two, you felt Cove giving you a sidelong glance. He then took another spoonful of the faux ocean and held it for you. We ate it! Leaning forward, you ate the dessert from his spoon, enjoying the bright, citrusy taste on your tongue. It's good. Yeah! Another person from Orca got up on stage to make a speech as everyone was nearing the end of their meal. They spoke mostly about the individual projects that the organization was working on, and their plans for the near future, as well as encouraging anyone who is interested to continue excuse me, to consider volunteering. Cove bent forward over the table with his chin balanced on a hand, listening attentively to the words. As they came to a conclusion and everyone gave them a round of applause, Cove caught your eye and smiled. You wondered what would happen now. And then the lights dimmed. A couple of spotlights came on, projecting a water effect around the room. And guests gushed over the ambience, and you looked around with wide eyes at the ripples on the walls. The DJ that had previously been playing soft mood music in the background announced that the floor was open for dancing, slowly turning the volume up so it drifted through the space. When you glanced at Cove, his eyebrows had shot up, and he mumbled something quietly. I didn't know there would be dancing. I guess it makes sense now that I think about it. He gave an awkward laugh as you both watched people as people rose from their seats. It was clear now that many of the donors were couples. A small crowd had started to form on the dance floor, and the DJ played a romantic song to get everyone started off. Cove propped an elbow on the table again, smooshing his cheek on his hand as he idly let his gaze float over something. I forgot. Have we seen the dress? We did not see the dress. Do you want to dance? Go. He raised an eyebrow, thinking the proposition over. After a moment, he smiled. His lips tilted crookedly to the side. Alright, let's dance! Ah, this fancy dinner is much different than the other fancy dinner that we went on. You rose from your seat and followed Cove out to the dance floor. When you found a spot for yourselves, you turned to him with a small smile. Holding his hands out at his sides, he shrugged, unsure what to do with them. Deciding that one of you needed to take the lead, you held a palm up for him, and with a crooked smile and a raise of his eyebrows, he slipped his hand into yours. It took some doing, but amidst your nervous laughter, you managed to find a comfortable enough position and set a rhythm to the music. It wasn't so bad after that. In fact, it was kind of fun, and even seeing Cove content to continue dancing. A lot has happened, huh? You nodded faintly. You weren't sure if you just meant the day, the summer, or your entire time knowing each other, but it didn't matter. It was true either way. Thinking back on the years that you and Cove had been neighbors, it was difficult to even try to reflect on it all at once.
I'm so glad.
I'm glad we ended up here. He gave you a soft look, and you beamed, knowing that could also mean many things, but from his tone, you were certain he didn't only mean here at this event. It was more than that. And so am I. The party eventually started to wind down, and at last it came to an end. When the main lights turned on, you blinked against the brightness of them, making sure you still had Cove in your sights. One final speaker came up to the podium on stage, thanking all the guests for coming and wishing everyone a good night. It had been a long night, and you were ready to be on your way. Stifling a yawn with the back of your hand, you walked together with Cove out to the parking lot. The other guests were doing the same, so you got stuck in a bit of a crowd. Though Cove was so tall you could always see him, and it was easy enough to not get separated. The parking lot itself was quite big, and even more noticeable now with fewer cars blocking the view. It took a little while to actually locate Cove's cars across its expanse. Eventually, you found it, and the two of you bundled inside the vehicle and buckled up. The trip home was quiet, and you both silently reflected back on this experience. The event had been the biggest night of the year for Orca, and now it was all over, just like that. Outside your window, the surroundings soon became familiar, and you found yourselves back in your neighborhood. Cove pulled the car into his driveway and put it in park before letting out a relieved breath. Home sweet home. Yeah. After climbing out of the car, you slowly walked down the road, Cove climbing over to stand beside you. 1 second. You stopped in the middle of the street, right between your house and his, and turned to him, finding him in the process of opening his mouth to speak. Strangely, he clamped his lips together, as though he had suddenly thought better of it. I think it was during this stage. He wasn't working with Orca before, but he started volunteering during, in the beginning of this stage. So as a teenager. Thanks for taking me out tonight. Thanks for coming with me. You stepped in for a hug? You went forward and wrapped your arms around him. Cove let out a tired groan, but squeezed you back. Night. What the fuck you mean, a tired groan? I just hugged you. And I'm wearing a beautiful fucking dress, I'm assuming. And you just said, you look nice. No, like, hello? Nothing? Really? Okay. When you reached your house, you pulled your keys and stuck them in the door, trying your best to be silent about it. Opening the door a crack, you turned back and looked at Cove from over your shoulder. Your eyebrows lifted in surprise to see that he was doing the same, holding his front door open, but waiting for you to go inside before he did. Ah! That's so cute! You shared an amused smile before you both stepped into your own houses, locking the door behind you. It was quite late, so everyone else is already asleep. As quiet as a mouse, you tiptoed to your bedroom and changed out of your formal clothes into pajamas and removed all your makeup, I'm assuming. Now that you were finally home, you were exhausted. You brushed your teeth and got ready for bed in darkness before crawling under the covers and letting out a heavy breath. It was still so strange to think about how that was it. The build-up to the event had felt like so much, and now it was completely behind you. I know, that's the craziest feeling. When you're expecting something, and you're like, okay, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and then it's done, and it happened, and it's over, and you're home, and you're like... And that was it. And that was it, you know? Yeah. Your mind was busy with rapid yet muddled thoughts as you faded closer and closer to sleep. Excuse me. I'm still a little sniffly from crying earlier. As unconsciousness creeped up on you, you felt more content. It was a big deal, but there would be more in the future. You could accept what it had been, and you could dream about what you'd get to experience next. And then you were taken away from dreams right back into reality by a sound. Okay? I swear to God. It's Cove. He's throwing pebbles at our frickin', he's at our window again. Your eyebrows pinched together, fully unprepared to be a part of the waking world again. The day was over and it had been an eventful one, but you heard another noise that was tapping. Your eyes flew open. The window. There was tapping that came from your window. Cove Holden. You went over to let the guy in. You extricated yourself from your bed, yawning. You stretched your arms and then made your way to the window. There was another tap before you arrived, and when you pulled it wide open, Cove was indeed there. You had not been surprised to find Cove awkwardly crouched on your window ledge. However, you were taken aback to see that he was a little overdressed. Cove hadn't changed out of his formal clothes. You also noticed that he was perched clumsily. You didn't know if it was because he was trying to keep his fancy clothes clean or if he felt weird about something. His body was too stiff and awkward. What is about to happen? Quoth the raven, nevermore. Cove smiled sheepishly. Hi. Nice to see you, Romeo. You moved aside and let him climb inside. He cautiously stepped down by stretching his legs over. Strangely, he didn't use his hands for support. It was clear to you now he was holding something. Huh? When he was finally on his feet, he briefly checked out his clothes, twisting around to see the back of his pants. He caught you looking and shrugged. I did go home after the event, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to settle back down, so I just walked back out. I needed fresh air and time away from everything. Okay. He paused for a moment and raised his clasped hands to get there where you could see them. Then something happened, and well, so I have something I want to show you. Cove grinned like a child and gently unfurled his fingers, not being able to keep you in suspense for even a minute. How the fuck did you keep a fire? How did you climb while having a firefly in your hands like this? Like, you'd crush it in your hand, you know? Like, delicately, he moved his hand closer so you could see the creature better. They're back. He closed his eyes, his smile now faintly illuminated by his insect companion. Honestly, I didn't think I'd see them this year. I don't know why. It's just they were kind of late, and I guess I've been worrying about a lot of stuff lately. You could tell that the firefly genuinely lifted his spirits. He seemed at peace, and he wanted to share that with you. That's not a firefly, it's a tiny glowing yellow ball! The fact that his first thought after discovering the fireflies was to come over and celebrate the joy with you made you suddenly feel very cherished. Cove opened his eyes, but he looked away, not meeting yours. That's really nice, I think. Even if the fireflies disappear for a while, it doesn't mean they're really gone. They'll come back and I can see them again. It's sunlight trapped in an earring! Yeah. And then you looked at the firefly keenly. There was something poetic about them. You felt a warmth in your heart. Yeah, because he's obviously talking about us. He's being like, yeah, even if you do go away for, like, college or whatever, you're not really gone. I'll still see you again. Cove looked at your face, his smile now fragile. It makes me think about the two of us. Yeah, well, keep reading, Nina. We're together, then we say goodbye, and then we're together again, day after day, year after year, and even if our time apart gets longer, that doesn't make it forever.
Nina.
I'll always be there, whenever you want to see me. I'll always be there for you too. You beamed at him. He smiled back in return. You let the moment be, content and happy. Cove chuckled. Huh? Cove chuckled. Okay, suddenly shy, and then he put a hand around your neck and an arm around your neck. That changes things drastically. Heather! I still have a whole box, okay? We're fine. My goodness, I'm being bullied by my own stream, my own chat. Cove chuckled, suddenly shy, then he put an arm around your neck and relaxed into the half hug. The firefly suddenly flew off, blinking once then twice as it looked for another perch. It went dark, and then you saw it reappear outside your still open window. Cove didn't seem to mind. Cove looked at you, affection plain in his face. Hey, do you want to go out to the hill? The fireflies are still there. Let's go! Cove brightened. He was practically bouncing at the thought of a secret excursion before he suddenly became bashful. So how should we leave? We should try the front door. We don't have to do the window thing, but maybe that'll bother your family? You both chuckled how awkward it'd be if your moms, or worse Liz, saw you going on a midnight firefly catching trip. You'd be sure to avoid that. You could leave from your window. Thank you, Paul, I know. Let's go through the window. Cove nodded in understanding. You grabbed some shoes and readied yourself for an adventure. You were glad there was no way you'd run into another soul outside. Cove would be way overdressed and you were still in your jammies. You let Cove go first. He stepped back onto the ledge as you carefully followed. He shuffled along, and soon you reached the garage. You planned to use the fence from there to reach the ground. Cove jumped to the garage, then the fence, then lowered himself down. It was easy for him. He leaned against the fence and projected hushed words up to where you were waiting. You want help? Yes, please. It's also slightly infuriating with Cove sometimes. Yes, it is. You got to the ledge and let Cove spot your descent. He grabbed you about halfway down and brought you to rest firmly on the ground. Cove gave you an encouraging smile, but neither of you risked speaking yet. You briskly snuck behind the house and up to the old white poppy hill. And Cove was right. The entire hill was lit up, insects twinkling here and there with their pale yellow light. Cove let out a contented sigh, finally able to relax in full. He strode further up the hill to better enjoy the view. You walked along as well, letting yourself be surrounded by the twinkling display. Then, without warning, Cove plopped onto his back. He paid no mind smacking his formal attire in the grass. He put an arm under his head and stretched the rest of his limbs out. He was clearly getting quite comfortable in the dirt here. Yeah, I'll lay down too. You sat down first and fell back. You could see the stars when you looked up at the night sky. I wonder if Dad will be mad about the grass stains. He tugged at the collar of his shirt. He didn't sound concerned, just oddly curious. Maybe you should figure out how to clean it before he finds out. His smile bent a little, and it went silent between you two. The only sounds were the rustling of bugs and the breeze, and the faraway crashes of waves on the sea. I know, Heather. It's been a roller coaster with Cove. Like, does he like us or not? you know? And it seems like we could never really... Just as we think one thing, he does another thing. You continued watching fireflies? It was easy to be swept away by the atmosphere, fireflies and stars all glowing in the night, and white poppies glittering by their light. The view brought back precious childhood memories. Both of you were determined to take in as much as you could. You smiled with contentment as the fireflies danced. The hour grew late, and the fireflies mostly dispersed until only a few stragglers remained. Then even they blinked out of sight, leaving you alone with Cove and your thoughts. You felt as though this was a night that would never end, but you knew it would have to all too soon. You were only grateful to have been a part of it. There were moments to treasure, and you already knew you'd be remembering them for a very long time. Hey! Cool, cool, cool. Okay, next. What is this? Thank you for... Here are 5 new... Okay. You will need to fulfill these conditions. Play through all of Baxter's Step 3 moments. To do so, you must... Huh? We did do this. Huh? I'm so confused. Anyway. Like a lazy cat, you stretched your arms above your head and yawned, blinking your eyes sleepily. The day was warm and pleasant, and you were lounging on the couch in the living room, finding it difficult to do much in that moment. Yeah, I'm sure he'll... Yeah, I know. The game can be a little confusing sometimes, but I think it's just me because I bought the... Sorry. Give me a second. I bought the DLC, is the word I was looking for, in the middle of the playthrough, so that's probably that. They had asked if you wanted to go with them, but you declined. For you, today was all about relaxation. Cove had dropped by to spend some time with you, content to join in on doing nothing. The two of you had been chatting idly as you lazed around, talking about the other things you had planned for the summer. What are we doing? You were stretched out across him as you sat on the couch, your feet propped up on one of the armrests, and used Cove as a comfy cushion beneath your head, totally settled in. Cove occasionally poked at you jokingly, but it was a price you were willing to pay to keep your spot. The day dragged on, and you found yourself yawning more and more often between conversations. You had almost dozed off completely, when suddenly a buzz rang out, disturbing the silence. Your phone was on its charger in the kitchen, so it couldn't be that. Cove pulled his own phone out of his back pocket and checked the screen. His movement had jostled you, so you had to readjust your position to get it right again. It's my mom. Cove waved his phone in the air, giving you a small smile. I'm gonna take this. Be right back. He carefully nudged you to move. You made a small noise. Come on, I have to take this. He poked you again, and finally, with a groan, you relented and let him get up. He got to his feet and stretched out, answering the call and holding the phone to his ear as he headed off. Hey, Mom, what's up? Tell her I said hi! He turned to give you a nod, smiling as he walked backwards towards the door. The lock behind him clicked as he exited the house, and you sank back onto the cushions, idly trying to decide what to do next. After electing to grab your own phone from its charger, you resumed your position on the couch, tapping away at the screen. Your mind drifted away from the thoughts of Cove and his phone call with all the many ways your device could distract you. It was an effective enough way to kill the time, and you managed to do various little things when the door opened again and Cove returned. I'm back! You watched as Cove strolled over to where you were still sitting. Is everything okay? Everything's fine, just... He sighed dramatically and let his forehead fall against the couch back. You know how I always just fly there and back whenever I visit my mom? Well, there's a lot of stuff still at her place. I could never take it all with me on the plane. Now that I'm not going to be visiting her like I used to, I'll have to go get it at some point. He looked at you, his forehead creasing as he thought the situation through. Some of it is pretty big, so it's not practical to have it shipped. I can drive over and pick it up. When will you go? That's what my mom wanted to know. She thought it'd be best to do it soon before things get even busier. He paused and let out a soft sigh, his shoulders dropping, knowing it was something of a stressful job to handle. I think that's probably The idea that makes the most sense too. It'll be good to get it over and done with. I'll be setting out as soon as I can. Oh, another trip already then. He gave you a grim smile and shrugged. I know, I'm sorry. It's not a big deal. The quicker you leave, the quicker you'll come back, right? Yeah. Looking up again, you met his bright aquamarine eyes, finding a sad smile tugging on his lips. Oh! Suddenly his eyebrows jumped and his eyes lit up like a lamp. You should come with me. What? You should come! My visits to my mom's are usually special, so she and I spend time together, but it's not like that. It's an errand. My plan is to drive out one morning, spend the night, and then we can pack up the car next morning and turn right back around. It'll only take 2 days for the whole thing. You thought to yourself for a moment, amused by Cove's excitement. Are you sure it'd be okay if I go? Yeah, why not? I could probably use the company. It's a pretty long drive for one person. Plus, you'd have a chance to see my mom in person. I know she'd be happy to see you again. Oh, that's true. I do like his mom. Let's do it! A road trip with the two of us should be fun. I'll have to let my moms know, but as soon as we've got nothing else important on the days we pick, there shouldn't be a reason I wouldn't be able to go. Okay. Cove's face brightened, and you were sure the prospect of having a travel buddy made the task seem less tiresome. I'll call my mom back and tell her. We can pick a time right now. You spent some time together going over your schedules and making plans for when you could take the trip. You needed to fit it in around both of your work schedules, which took a bit of doing, but came together at the end. Luckily, it was only a 2-day trip, so finding a couple free days in a row wasn't impossible. It wasn't long before the dates were finally set and all the plans were made. You were excited for the trip? A short trip sounded like the perfect way to spend some time. You could listen to music, eat snacks, and enjoy the open road. No matter what you thought about things, the morning when you were due to leave arrived. It was cooler than usual, the sun barely peeking over the tops of the houses. You stood outside your house on the footpath near the road waiting for Cove. You yawned loudly, covering your mouth in the back of your hand. Mornings were always a struggle, that's relatable. With your travel bag clutched in one hand, you watched as Cove finished packing up his car. He had organized all sorts of things, water bottles, snacks, and who knows what else. Cove insisted that he had everything under control and didn't need help. At least you could rest easy knowing that it was all taken care of. As you waited, you glanced over Cove's car. You knew it well. It used to belong to Mr. Holden, and when Cove had learned to drive, it passed to him. His dad had taken the opportunity to get a newer one. It was pretty old at this point, but it had served both of them well so far. You just hoped that it had enough life in it to survive a trip as long as the one you were embarking on. The slam of the door made you jump. You snapped back to focus and saw Cove walking towards you. He dusted his hands off at his pants and tilted his head towards the car. That's it, ready to go? Yeah, I'm ready. He smiled and stepped aside, giving you space to situate your own bag where you wanted it. Once everything was safely inside, he glanced back at you. We should get going. There's gonna be a ways to go. You smiled back with a nod. The two of you climbed into the car and buckled up, Cove in the driver's seat, and you riding shotgun. His eyes moved to you. Thanks again for coming on this trip with me. Of course, it's no problem. After checking the mirrors and starting the engine, you pulled out of the driveway and the trip began. With a small sigh, you got cozy in your seat and watched the familiar houses in your neighborhood pass by. You reached over to turn on the radio. A crackle of static mixed with the old snippets of song filled the car as he flipped through the stations. Mr. Holden's car was in good condition, but it was, well, older. There was no way to plug in a phone to play music, so the radio had to do. Eventually, he settled on a top 40 station, before sitting back and resting both hands on the wheel. Is this okay? Yeah, you know what I like. How could I forget? He smiled, happy with the answer. Time flew by, and with it, the scenery of your window became more and more unfamiliar. Neither of you spoke for a good long while, but the quiet was comfortable. You had become all too used to each other's company over the years. Eventually, Cove broke the silence, clearing his throat softly before he spoke. It's been too long since you and I spent time with my mom. I know she still comes to the neighborhood sometimes, but it's not even once a year. I'm always going to hers. I'm happy the two of us are doing this. Yeah, me too. But speaking of your mom and trips, remember the time she took us on that crazy drive all across town? He shook his head at the memory, his laughter clear and bright. Oh, I remember. I kept worrying about papers and shoes while you were having a blast. It was an amazing night. He smiled quietly to himself, clutching the wheel a little more confidently. With the crinkling of his eyebrows, a look of nostalgia crossed over Cove's features. Mom always knew how to make things memorable. I can't deny that. Silence slowly crept back into the space, both of you thinking back on the night and all the memories you had of it. Your elbow resting on the windowsill, you gazed out at a world that was slowly coming to life as the morning rolled on by. The sun climbed higher in the sky, forcing you to adjust the visor overhead to keep it out of your eyes. Hey, do you mind reaching back for me? Cove gave you a sidelong glance as he drove, indicating with a nod of his head and a tiny smile. I want some chips, the salt and vinegar ones. That's a great flavor, right? Eat whatever you want too. I brought a bunch of everything. Stretching out the seatbelt to give yourself space, you twisted in your spot and reached into the bag holding the snacks. It took a bit of effort to sort through the collection of goodies stuffed inside, but eventually, the bag of chips crinkled beneath your fingers as you pulled them out and sat back in your seat. Here. Thanks, do you mind opening it? His eyes lit up at the prospects of the snacks, and you shook your head in amusement, popping the top of the bag. Want me to feed them to you? He chuckled with a playful roll of his eyes. No way. I don't think I want to risk us crashing because your hand is in front of my face. Can you just pour a few into my hand? You're boring. Thanks. Cove held out one outstretched hand. You did your best to have the chips fall into his palm, but some did end up on the floor. After that, you rolled up the top of the bag and stowed the chips safely in the back again. When you turned to the front, it was to find Cove crushing the fistful of chips into his mouth, crunching loudly. He wiped his hand on his pants absent-mindedly before gripping the wheel and spilling crumbs all over the place. You're like a little kid. He snorted and pulled a hand from the wheel once more to flick the salty residue from his fingers at you! With a gasp, you raised your arms to defend yourself. You shook your head at the mess of crumbs that fell from his mouth as he chuckled. See what I mean? The hours drifted by much the same way as that, with the two of you snacking and chatting as the day stretched on. It was fairly calm and quiet, traveling along the open road, and you found little in the way of interruptions. At one point, you passed a "Welcome to Nevada" sign, and Cove gave a quiet cheer. He was in disbelief that the two of you were seriously all the way in another state like this. Eventually, you had to stop for gas and made a detour at a small diner to grab a proper meal that didn't consist of chips and candy. After refueling both the car and your stomachs, the drive was back on, just as the sun began dipping beneath the horizon and bathing the sky in a wash of orange light. Cove informed you there wasn't too much longer left to go. You were almost there. You took shifts. The route was fairly straightforward, and you'd had enough practice with driving to feel comfortable doing so. When night eventually fell in a blanket of darkness, the drive finally came to an end. Cove pulled into his parking lot of Kyra's apartment building, and the glow of the car lights disappearing as he turned off the engine and let out a heavy sigh. We made it! We're here! The two of you exchanged tired smiles, having successfully and safely completed one half of the trip. You were relieved to have actually arrived and eager to get out of the car and stretch your legs. You took the stairs up to the building together. After a knock, you were abruptly met by a flash of green hair as Kyra opened the door and immediately took her son in her arms. There he is, my gigantic baby boy! She squeezed him for a moment and then pulled back so she could examine his face. Are you even taller than the last time I saw you? Cove gave you a look and rolled his eyes amusedly as she patted the tops of his shoulders proudly. You say that every time I'm here. It doesn't even make sense right now. My last visit wasn't that long ago. Kira simply laughed before letting him go completely and ushering the two of you into her apartment. Then she turned to you, a wide grin pulling at her lips. It's so nice you came along with, and as a bonus, you both arrived in one piece. Yeah, it's good to see you too. It's been a long time. Kira beamed at you both, and while you would have loved nothing more than to settle down and rest after the drive, you could see she wasn't going to let you go that easily. So, how was the trip? I admit I was just a pinch worried. I appreciate your concern, but it's alright. We made it without a scratch. Kira clapped her hands together as the bracelets of her around her wrists jingling. I am so proud. I can hardly believe how mature you both are. Where did all those smarts come from? Cove ran a hand through his hair with an awkward chuckle. I don't know. Maybe I got some from my parents. His mom looked at him deeply, her eyes glistening as she shook the sentimentality off with a wave of her hand. You have to be half asleep already, huh? I don't want to keep you up much longer. Early morning, any whoosies? How do you want to deal with the sleeping arrangements? I've only got my own room and Cove's, so, though the living room couch isn't that bad. You can keep your bed, Mom. You could use mine, and I'll sleep on the couch or the floor. Whatever's easiest, it doesn't matter for one night. Girl, please. I'll sleep on the couch in the living room. Cove shook his head, dismissing the idea immediately. You're the guest. I don't want to take your bed. Well, I don't want to take it for you, and I said it first. The two of you narrowed your eyes at each other stubbornly. Kira took that as her cue to step in. My house, my rules then. And you know who I have to side with? I'd like you to take the bed. Okay. But it seemed you had to finally accept the hospitality. With a small smile, you gave in. Alright. Cool. So, would you be okay with me sleeping on the floor in the room? I'd rather be there than out in the open living room, even if there is a couch. Yeah, you can sleep there. Kira giggled softly, drawing your attention back to her. I'm not sure if, in good conscience, I can allow the two of you to stay in the same room together. You'll stay up having fun, and then you'll have to make the trip back on no rest. Okay. Come on, we're not little kids having a sleepover. We're responsible adults, right? Yes, very responsible. She gave you a suspicious look, and you stood up straighter, trying to prove your point. I'll leave it at that then. Just remember the walls are thin in this apartment. I would be so embarrassed. If you can't settle down and sleep, I might have to separate you. We'll be good. Perfect. Kira clasped her hands together, her braces softly tinkling against each other again. It's only getting later, so I better let you prepare for bed. She nodded towards the hallway and gave you a small smile. I'll play hostess for a sec and show you where the bathroom is first, and then where you'll be staying the night. Whew! I'm yawning galore. Thank you. You hoisted your travel bag back over your shoulder and followed behind Kira and down the hallway. Cove shuffled along behind you, disappearing into the bedroom while his mom had you go into the restroom. The apartment was small, but it was nicely decorated in soft, cool colors with plenty of artwork hanging on the walls to give it character. It was stylish and exactly what you would have expected from someone like Kira. After being shown the bathroom and wishing Kira good night, you headed into the room and found Cove already there. He had changed into a sleepwear for the night as well and set aside his glasses already. Looking around, you found the bedroom to look much the same as the rest of the apartment, but with small ocean elements you were sure Cove must have enjoyed when he stayed here. All in all, the room was pretty and clean, though it looked more like a hotel guest room than a bedroom. Cove only spent a few weeks out of the year there, so it made sense that it wasn't especially lived in. What do you think? Pretty nice, huh? Mom always keeps it clean and everything, even when I'm not here. It's a great room. Cool, I'm glad you like it. He seemed pleased enough with that response and gave you a small smile before opening the zip on his bag. When you went back to the room, you jumped in bed and under the covers just as Cove was shuffling into his sleeping bag on the floor. You waited until he was settled in before you flipped off the lights, and a soft glow from the outside peeked through the blinds, casting shadows over the floor. Close your eyes, blocking everything out. Night. 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 Sleep well. The room grew quiet as the two of you wound down for the night, and you found yourself listening to the sounds of the city outside the window. The noise out there was so different than what you were used to back home. Cars zooming past and people out having fun instead of crashing waves and the ocean winds cocooning your house in their embrace. This feels familiar, don't you think? We've been having sleepovers for years. Cove mumbled quietly and wrestled in his bedding, turning to face towards your location.
Right?
It feels like I've had this view so many times, looking up over at you and tucked into bed. He trailed off a little, and you assumed he was drifting off to sleep, too tired to continue the conversation. But then, as if a switch had been lifted, he sprung up, startling you as he shot upright in his sleeping bag. Wait a minute! Why am I always on the floor? What? You raised your eyebrows at him through the dark. The times I slept over at your house, you got to stay in your bed. It was your bed, after all. But then when it was my family hosting things, Dad always made sure you got a bed there. The words I offered for you to have the bed. I was ready to take the couch. The words spilled out of him faster and faster, the pitch of his voice rising as the revelation spiraled. He'd say that you were the guest, so it was only right, no matter what. I've always been the one who takes the floor every time. This is a racket. You burst out laughing. How is that only hitting you now? Don't ask me questions. My life is crumbling. I can't believe it. This has been going on for 10 years. No, he never said this is us trying to go to sleep and he just realized this. He stopped suddenly, and you could see through the limited light that his eyebrows were angled in disbelief, his frown wobbly in shock. That's how it is in my family. My mom had always thought that it was more fun and comfortable for the guests to sleep in their own sleeping things rather than a stranger's bed. And in my family, the guest gets the bed because it's sure to make sure your guest has a proper place to sleep. We're opposites all along, but I never even thought about it. When it looked like the situation was going to stall there, he suddenly scoffed. Okay. At least you were comfortable all those times we shared a room. Even though he meant the words, he was being snarky about it. Despite looking on the bright side, he was still pouting. I did offer for you to take the bed tonight. I do know, but you're still the guest and I hadn't had the epiphany. With a tired sigh, he flopped back down. I can make do with the floor for old time's sake. Some real humor came back to his tone. It's basically a tradition by now. Are you really sure you don't want the bed? I don't mind trading places. He made a thoughtful noise, as though he was considering it. No, it's alright. Thank you for offering, though. That was nice. You're already doing me a big favor by coming in here in the first place. Just let me do this one thing and give you the bed. That's what I want for this trip, okay? Pursing your lips tight, you gave a small nod and admitted defeat. Alright, I'll have the bed. Thanks, Cove. He made a small noise and said no more. With an accepting sigh, you pulled the covers up under your chin and got comfortable. The next day dawned, bringing it with the sounds of birds chirping happily outside the window. You opened your eyes slowly, letting them adjust to the light as you tried to recall where you were and remembering the unfamiliar sight of Cove's second bedroom. You reached over to turn off the alarm you had set. It took you a moment to find the off button on your phone, and you sighed in relief when the noise finally stopped. The sound of Cove shuffling around the room drew your attention, though you weren't surprised. He had always been a morning person. Sitting up in bed, you let out a yawn and stretched your arms around above your head. You still felt pretty groggy. You were used to sleeping in longer than this, and the late night hadn't helped. Morning. The two of you were completely different wavelengths right now. You pulled yourself out of bed and grabbing a fresh change of clothes and your toiletries before heading to the bathroom. After all that, you met Cove back in his room. He was sitting on the floor when you entered, sorting through a bunch of stuff in a box, determining what to bring and what to leave behind. Hey, can you pull out the stuff in these drawers? You nodded, though he hadn't even looked up from his task, so you knew he wouldn't have seen. Heading over to his drawers, you started the task of taking out various items and setting them on the ground in front of Cove. Oh hey, look at this! When you turned towards the sound of Cove's voice, you found him digging through one of the drawers beneath the bed.
Neat.
This is something I definitely need to bring. Neat. Craning your head, you got a glimpse of what he was holding. Some small jewelry pieces that looked vaguely familiar. An old, yellowing book. When he opened it up, there were a few dried pressed flowers between the pages. Those had been gifts you had given him for his mom's plate, something for him to remember you by and make his time here less lonely. You kept them the whole time. You don't have to hold on to those forever. Cove wrinkled his nose as he glanced between you and his hands. I want to.
It's nice.
It means it's special. It was important having a piece of you with me when we were apart. I feel the same way. That's why I gave them to you. Cove smiled, pleased that the feeling was mutual, but then the expression became more amused. And did you keep the souvenirs I brought back? Of course. His grin grew to completion. Thanks. Another hour passed by in silence, and you were happy to see that you were making great progress with Cove's room. With the only closet left to sort through. You took a minute to take a mouthful of water from your bottle and perched on the edge of a bed, feeling productive. Cove glanced over at you and paused, putting down the tape gun he had been using to seal up his boxes. You raised an eyebrow. You know, it's really strange to see you sitting in this room. Why? He frowned a little, his eyes distant and his voice quiet when he spoke next. During the visits to my mom, when I was sitting alone in this room, I'd sometimes think about how you weren't here. It was a weird feeling at the time, that you just weren't around, and now that you are here in this exact place, it's... I don't know how to explain the feeling. He shrugged it off and smiled a little, as though he'd already He'd said enough already and didn't want to risk sounding silly. Life is pretty confusing is all. I didn't know you thought about me when you were away. You have to laugh at that. Is it just me? Or like, because sometimes I completely forget that people remember me. Like, I feel like, you know, obviously people remember me when they see me. You know, like they don't forget my name most of the time. Which, I mean, I don't know how people can do. I'm so bad at names. But anyway. So like, you know, they recognize me is what I'm saying, right? But I never think about how I exist for other people, even if I'm not in their presence. Like, sometimes they remember me, and they'll talk about me, and that's wild. That's a wild thing to think about, you know? Like, I forget. Like, in general, you know? Like, it's, like, I forget sometimes that my best friend, for example, like, she thinks of me when I'm not there. Like, she's all the way in the Philippines, I'm here. I think of her all the time, and I think that's common sense. But then, like, if she sent me something that was like, I was thinking of you when this happened, I would be like, the fuck you were doing thinking about me? What are you doing thinking about me? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh my god, people think about me. Yeah. Like, I just, like, it just doesn't occur to me that people think about me and would talk about me. Like, in any sort of way. And Paul, thank you for the reassurance that everyone's bad at names. Though, I will say, I put a lot of effort into it, and then I will still forget. You have to laugh at that, his eyes crinkling at the corners as he made a face at you. It's not like I could forget you. He looked away satisfied, heading over to the closet, and the last of the items to be sorted. Before long, every box, closet, and drawer had been thoroughly combed through, with the items either neatly packed up in boxes or organized and returned to their proper place. With a sigh of relief, you glanced around the bedroom and the work you had done together. Alright. We're done. Good job to us. I'm gonna change out of my PJs for the drive. Yeah. When the two of you headed out into the living room, ready to get everything finalized and hit the road, you found Kira in the kitchen pouring a cup of tea. Cove headed towards her, leaning casually against the counter that divided the two spaces. Yeah, it is a weird thing. Hey, you didn't have to get up so early. Are you crazy? Of course I'd have to see you off before you go. You can't sneak away while I'm out cold. She beamed at him, and in all honesty seemed more happy to be up and getting ready for the day. Do you want some breakfast? I've got some muesli, some eggs or toast, oh, and some of that fruity cereal you used to love. That's okay, we should really eat on the road. Kira smiled sadly, a little disappointed, but she seemed to understand that your time was running thin. I thought you might say that. In that case, I packed you some snacks for the road. Even if you don't end up eating them, take it away just in case. You can always feed them to Cliff when you get home and tell him I said hi. Cove laughed and shook his head, knowing his dad would love nothing more than to polish off whatever food Kira had prepared for you.
Thank you.
You really didn't have to. Thank you for the snacks. I'm sure they'll come in handy with this guy around. Cove scoffed and playfully rolled his eyes, earning a giggle from Kira. I don't doubt it, like father, like son. She returned your smile with one of her own before putting her cup of tea aside. I'll help you get the car packed. Sure, thanks. The three of you got a move on, taking boxes from Cove's bedroom and heading down to fill the backseat of the car until there was barely an inch of space left in the back and trunk. With all of you helping, it only took a couple trips to move everything, and you were done before you knew it. Then it was truly time to say goodbye. You convened back inside the apartment where Kira looked over the two of you with a quiet smile. It was great to see you both. Thank you for coming. She gave each of you a hug, and you felt a little sad you hadn't been able to spend more time with her. It's good to see you too, Mom. Cove embraced her in return, the two of them holding on to each other a few seconds longer. I'll miss you, but I'll visit again soon. You better. Hey, we should make plans for you to visit us too. I'll let you know when it's settled. I'd love that. Cove bundled all the stuff she prepared into a bag and handed them over to you. You took a quick peek at what she had packed. There was fruits, nuts, seeds, hard-boiled eggs, and some veggie sticks. Cool. Good to see we've got some fresh food options now. Snacks I bought weren't. Kira shook her head at him and let out a soft laugh, as though she wouldn't have expected anything else. I seriously hope you're feeding yourself better than that at home. Yeah, of course, just not on trips. I can live with that then. She looked over him fondly, her eyes at last focusing on his face and filling with emotion. I'm going to miss you.
Me too.
Thank you for letting us come. No problem at all. You're welcome anytime. Kira put an arm around you both, pulling you in tight to her sides for one final squeeze. Have a safe trip. We will. With a last goodbye, you exited the apartment, though Cove hesitated for a moment in the door, his expression distant. You weren't sure what he was doing. Reflecting, probably. Though you tentatively took a step towards him. Everything okay? Your voice seemed to bring him back to earth, and he shook his head to clear his thoughts, his green hair swaying from side to side.
Come on.
Yeah, let's go. With that, the two of you headed back down to the car, ready to make the long trip home. Soon enough, you were on the wide-open road with a car full of Cove's things and only one destination, Sunset Bird, California. The drive went as smoothly as could be expected, with the morning slowly creeping into midday as the miles flew by. After a while, you switched places with Cove and took over driving for a couple of hours. The day flew by in a whir of open road and sunshine, and before you knew it, it was early afternoon. By that point, you had already crossed the state line. Cove announced that he had planned a little stop on the way home. He was quite pleased with himself as you arrived at the precipice, the Redwood National Park. Shaded beneath a canopy of enormous redwood trees, you drove along. When Cove parked the car, you pushed the door to get out, and the first thing you did was look up. Hey, we went to this park last stage. Enormous redwood trees surrounded you on all sides, their massive trunks shooting straight up into the canopy of foliage overhead. There were too many of them to count, stretching on and on as far as you could see. You squinted against the sunlight that was peeking through the leaves and dancing on the paths around you. It's great, right? He smiled at you from over the roof of the car before glancing around the place fondly. Remember the trip our families took that one summer? I was just saying that. It was cool going on a journey and seeing a forest in person even if we didn't stay very long. I guess we can stay for even less this time, but oh well. It just seemed like a good time to stop by. Who knows when we'll get another chance. No. His voice got a little softer at the end. It seemed to be bittersweet for him, being in a place he was so fond of, but not having the time to appreciate it fully. You're pleased to have stopped there. It's a beautiful place to stretch your legs and take in some fresh air. There will be more chances in the future, I promise. Cove smiled, shoving his hands in his pockets and dipping his head. I'm gonna hold you to that. The two of you walked around for a while, completely dwarfed by the sheer scale of the redwoods. It kind of put your view of yourself and everything in a strange perspective. You took in a lungful of clean forest air, listening to the sounds of birdsong and the cool breeze rustling through the underbrush, taking the advantage of the space to move around freely. However you felt about being there, it was a totally different scene than sitting in that old car for hours and hours. Being here again, you couldn't help but reminisce on what else had happened during the trip that you had taken here all that time ago. There were a lot of things that had reminded you of it recently. You looked over at Cove, who seemed to be lost in the peace of the place, and you wondered if any of it had crossed his mind. Smiling at the sight, you thought back at what had been the highlight of that long-gone vacation. Elizabeth teased us mercilessly on that trip, remember? This really pulled no punches when she was a teen. I can hardly believe some of the things she said to us. Cove groaned, and though his eyebrows dipped grumpily, you could see the shadow of a smile tugging at his lips. I remember, unfortunately, but I don't know why you're pretending she's gotten better. Liz never gives me a break. You had to crack a smile. Cove was honestly a favorite target of hers for teasing, but so were you. You continued chatting about the trip a little while longer, about the things you had seen and done and even eaten. A lot of the memories Cove had of the trip were similar to your own, but you were also surprised to hear of a few things from his point of view. So much had happened, but there was no shortage of things to talk about. The place had certainly had a nostalgic quality about it. Your spirits were light as you ambled past information boards and picnic areas. Before long, you decided it was time to bring this short stop to an end and head back to the car to get on the road again. Cove sighed when you finally reached the vehicle, jangling the keys in his hand before unlocking the doors. Well, I wish I didn't have to go, but we're being responsible and not staying longer than we should. How grown up of you. He smiled slightly, and with that, the two of you jumped into the car, buckled in, and he put it in drive. You were getting closer and closer to town as the sun started setting. Though you were still far enough away that the radio stations were unfamiliar to you. Cove twisted the dial this way before stumbling onto a channel with a song he seemed to like. That was a rare gift from the fates in a sea of static, strange radio jockeys and grating tunes. His face immediately brightened at the sound of it, and he drummed his fingers along the bottom of the steering wheel happily. Sitting back in his seat, he bopped his head along in time to the tune. You smiled. You got the impression that he was pleased to be heading back home after everything. The song ended, and Cove reached over to start cycling through the radio stations again. After finding nothing tolerable, he flipped the dial off in defeat and leaned back into his seat with a sigh. You rested your head on your hand and stared out the window as the sky darkened, watching the landscape slowly melt into more familiar views. As the miles went on and any energy you had earlier was beginning to drain away, you imagined your home and your family. You'd be there together soon. My nose is so itchy. You know, I spent all these years living in Sunset Bird and taking a few weeks each summer visiting my mom in that second room. That's not gonna happen anymore. Not really. I can still see my parents, but the way that it all works between us has changed. Forever. He paused, the silence stretching. A serious look settled on his face, his thoughts far away. I feel the same about my parents too. I know they'll always be there for me, but we don't really have the same relationship we used to. Cove's mouth pulled into a tight line, and he gave a small nod. You got the feeling that he understood how you felt. Cove stared straight ahead down the long, long road. The path looked like it would never end where you were, but that wasn't true. Eventually, he found a few more words to say. I think it's good that we were able to do this trip without any parents or chaperones. It was just us. We did it all. I don't know. I feel a little more independent now, a little more ready for what's ahead. Right. It's like a first real step into being on our own the whole time. It'll be here before we know it. The sky outside grew ever darker as the hours passed by, the stars blinking on like tiny fireflies painted on the canvas of blue. The scenery continued transitioning between open roads, industrial areas, and beach towns, becoming increasingly recognizable as time went on. You felt somewhat disconnected from the world around you as you watched it through your window, your tired mind growing hazy. It was a strange, reflective feeling, but peaceful nonetheless. Soon enough, the world would return to you, and you'd find your feet firmly on the ground. It couldn't be helped. The adventure would end, life would continue, but your memories would linger on. Okay, y'all. We've been streaming now for 3.5 hours, and I think I'm gonna call it here. I don't know. Oh. No, wait. I'm gonna save. Okay. Ta-da! What's this? Yeah. I think it's timey time. I think it's timey time to call it a night. Because I am yawning a bunch, so I think it might be time to rest. But we did a lot. We did two, and then we have these much, and then I don't know what's going on with this. I'll have to look into it. But yeah, okay, that's good. Cool. Y'all, this was fun. I like this. Jake, thank you for sticking around and lurking. Yes, go watch your movie. It is time for me to let you all go do your things, and I gotta go drink some more water and also go to bed at some point. But yeah. Whew, okay, so next week should be regular schedule, except oh no, we don't have Batman anymore. Actually, wait, sorry, no. Let me backtrack a little bit. I might be starting my new job soon, which is gonna be Monday to Friday, like from 7 a.m. to like 4 or 5 p.m. So in terms of schedule, we might have to start shifting to 2 times a week. Which I know is like really, like, you know, I don't really want to do it, but like it might just have to. I might be an elementary school teacher. I say might because I'm still waiting on my employment authorization document to come in. It should come in, like, literally soon. Like, it said it was gonna come in, like, weeks ago. So we might shift it 2 times a week. I will keep you guys updated. But, so, Monday we will still have Mystery Monday, and then Wednesday we will still have Our Life until we play through to the end of it. Our Life is taking so much more time than I originally anticipated, because my friend gets through her playthroughs in a day. So I don't know how she does it, but, well, I guess she doesn't just read out loud. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Jake. I really appreciate all of it. But yeah, so it's gonna be really exciting, if all goes to plan. But anyway, so this week we will still have Mystery Monday, which is when we will be playing Tomb of the Lost Queen, and then we will have Our Life on Wednesday, and then we will figure out what we will do Saturday. If we're streaming, we might be streaming Spider-Man, which might be fun. That might be the move, because we finished all of the Batman games. Other than, like, Lego Batman, like, wow. Wild. It's so wild. And I'm sure, like, if I ramble on it too much, I will get sentimental, because, like, I really started this channel just thinking of Batgirl playing Batman, and now I have you guys, and this is so great, and I really appreciate it, and I love being here, playing with all of you. And if it wasn't for Batman, I wouldn't have this little tiny community. So I'm really grateful. Same thing with Nancy Drew. I'm sure. Oh my god! I'm sure once I finish Nancy Drew, I'll start crying. Because that would be 35 weeks of Nancy Drew. A little bit more than 35 weeks of Nancy Drew. But yeah. Remember to avoid hitting the lamppost and you'll be fine. Yeah, I remember. I played Spider-Man, the original one I played. PC port crashes for some reason. Good to note. But yeah. We'll see what we end up doing. But for now, I will let you guys go. So guys, whether you were lurking, whether you're chatting, whether you were using me as a body double, I really appreciate you being here. I love playing with you all. It is so exciting. It's always the highlight of my nights whenever I do this. I love it so much, and I love all of you. So take care of yourself, whether that means getting some sleep, whether that means stretching your limbs, whether that means going to get something to eat or something to drink. You go do that. Because if we're not properly fueled, how will Cove love us? Right? So how can we save Gotham or New York if we're gonna end up playing Spider-Man? So yeah, no, it'll be wild. But yeah, y'all, so much love, and I will see you when I next see you.